Charlotte. She injured me, Charlotte. I was supposed to face Ronda Rousey, Charlotte. Go get her for me, Charlotte. I was supposed to face Ronda Rousey, Charlotte. I think I'm injured now, Charlotte. Unbelievable. There's really quite a bit to talk about tonight on Out of Nowhere. I hope you guys are ready to go. This is an interesting one. NXT TakeOver, Tidbits, Survivor Series, Nia Jax's punishment, Ryback's the Psycho, Becky Lynch is out, AJ Styles doesn't have a match. There's a whole bunch to talk about. Sorry for being late. We're a little bit late. 11:30, but you'll still love it. You still with me, Charlotte? But seriously, what the hell's that buzzing noise? Fucking buzzing noises. What the hell is that? If I gotta find out what that buzzing noise is, gonna be driving me nuts. Anyway, it's Out of Nowhere. It's episode 128, and we'll see you in a minute. A fucking buzzing noise. Kiss the bloody face of the champ. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Out of Nowhere, episode 128. Can't believe we've done 128 of these goddamn things. Man, I'll tell you what, if there's been one guy that I've sided with on Twitter, I've been in the trenches with him as far as I'm concerned. His name is Bryan Alvarez. Tell you what, you got Ryback attacking Bryan Alvarez. I got your back, Bryan. I know what a pathetic bitch this guy is, so don't worry, Bryan. I got your back against Cryback. Don't you worry, Bryan. I'm there with you. I'm there with you on the Nia Jax stuff too. I'm not one of these pussy whipped guys who's gonna call out the fans for calling out Nia Jax for being an idiot. Here's some of the words of Bryan Alvarez recently. I'm right there with him. I'm right there with you, Bryan. I agree with you.
And yes, you know what? This is a sport where you get in there, and even though it's predetermined, you're taking bumps. You're doing athletic maneuvers. Most people, not everybody. And yes, accidents happen, and people get hurt. But you want to know something?
What's that?
I mentioned this on Twitter yesterday. And for the most part, everybody was cool with it. There were a few people that decided that they were going to disagree for one reason or the other. I wrestled over 1,000 matches. You know how many people I hurt ever ever in my career where something happened where the next day they could not have gone out and had a wrestling match. You know how many it was? 0. The big goose egg. How many people? Bret Hart, in his entire wrestling career, hurt where the next day they could not go out there and have a match. 0.
Allegedly.
How many people did Shawn Michaels have a match with?
Allegedly.
And he super kicked them and broke their orbital bone, or he dropped them on their head and broke their neck, or he gave them a concussion. How many did you ever hear that Shawn Michaels injured? How about Bret Hart? Or not Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. How many people did Ric Flair hurt? How many people did Steve Austin go in there and you heard, oh my God, Steve Austin, he went in there and he punched this person, he broke their orbital bone, and they got a massive concussion, they can't wrestle. How many people did you ever hear about Steve Austin hurting? Bruno Sammartino. Lou Thez, unless you wanted to. Okay? How many people have you heard that Okada hurt? All right, the thing in wrestling is that because it's an athletic endeavor, I didn't go on there on Twitter and say I never got hurt. I got hurt plenty of times. You know how I got hurt? I threw a moonsault and I landed funny and I hurt my own knee. I took a snake eyes, I landed funny, I hurt my own knee.
We'll hear more from Bryan later, but I was quite enjoying his rant because I was going to go on one of my own, and I was quite enjoying his. It's kind of fucking retarded. Now, let's just back up here and let's just back up here and try to figure out what's going on.
You want to backpedal like Ryback and delete your tweets?
Oh, did he? Yeah, that's right. Did he delete that? I did tweet.
Oh, he deleted so many.
Dude, it was like, I honestly, seriously, if he had come out the next day and said, listen, I was really drunk last night and I got really messed up.
I was on a testosterone bender, and I swallowed.
So right back. It happens to the best of us.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Thanks, Drew.
I not to change the subject here, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not joking. If he had come out today and said he apologizes for what last night he was drunk, I would have deleted my tweet. I would have said, you know what, that makes sense now. I'll delete my tweet. But I got to tell you one more thing. Here's another hot take. I'm concerned about Ryback. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm concerned.
He's lost his mind.
You think he's addicted to the supplements he's hawking?
I don't. Well, maybe he might be addicted. I mean, being addicted to that, is how he's addicted to cock. But no.
All these estrogen pills are making my nipples sore.
He ran into fat chicks to close down into a pool.
Yeah, he's running out of fat girls.
Oh, God.
Well, that's why he's defending Nia. But no, I'm not joking about this. I think I'm actually worried about Ryback's mental state. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, this isn't a joke.
He's never been all there.
Well, dude, he's no different than any of us, really, right? I mean, he has a platform. He gets pissed.
But I mean, I've legitimately taken time out to reach out to him, to be like, let's stop this. Like, let's not do this. Let's advertise your program on my show. Here are my analytics, Ryback. Like,
he's got a god complex and a half.
Well, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you see his Twitter picture?
No, what is it? I mean,
isn't it him as Jesus or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought it was.
That was evidence number one.
Dude,
but he has a gigantic god complex.
There's something really wrong with him.
That's his Twitter profile.
Well, and I also see him as because he spreads all the positivity shit. And the thing I noticed big time in the spiritual community, especially, is people think it's all positivity, blah, blah, blah. Fuck no, you have to embrace all of it, which means the asshole side of you too. And I feel like he's having a hard time doing that, so he's like, be positive, it'll be all right, bro. Fuck you.
He hides behind that be positive message because he can never accept any form of criticism, and he views everything as an attack. Every single thing everything that comes at him, he says is just either A, marks and trolls, or B, people, trying to discredit him in some way, shape, or form.
Hey, you want to break bread with a Ryback? Feed me more.
Here it is. Even though
in order to actually be positive,
you're right, it is him. He is Jesus.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with him, dude?
But then he comes out and he just violently attacks people, verbally assaults them.
Oh my God.
And then backpedals and deletes it.
That's why
and
Joe's
acts
talking
like
about
he's high
this,
and mighty. Yeah.
It's not just about Joe. If you look at his shit, he does it all the time. It is fucking weird.
Yeah. But to many, many, many fans does he pull this shit out.
I mean, he's tweeting at Bryan Alvarez here. He's not tweeting you know, for anybody that's like, oh, you know,
there's a picture.
For anybody that's like, oh, you know, that's you, Joe. You know, that's because you're a scumbag. Yeah, I hope he attacks Joe Cronin. Well, he's doing this to an industry guy, like a real guy who has a real show. You know, if you want to call it that, because these are the type of people who say, oh, you know, Joe Cronin, you're fake and what you do and whatever. Well, this guy is a guy in Wrestling Observer. You know, and he's doing it to that guy, too, because he's a psycho. Shut the fuck up. Who the hell are you to make a statement like that? You're an effing mark. He's calling this guy a mark. The guy is like, he's a mark, dude? Like, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, it's kind of a lame insult in 2018, yeah.
And people spew hate on the wrestlers. You're a pussy who can't do it, so you criticize those who can. Mistakes happen. Your parents understood that. It's like, dude,
I mean,
again, like Bryan's, like you said, I think he said he had 1,000 matches. I mean, I've had probably maybe 18. I've had 18 professional matches. Bryan Alvarez says he's had 1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it great earlier. I really enjoyed what you said in that, you know, news video you threw up.
Yeah.
There's no way that this wasn't, you know, a piss poor showing from Nia. That's all there is to it. She did this, maybe not 110% deliberately, but it was totally uncalled for. It was not an accident.
I almost believe what you were saying, which was like they're actually doing this on purpose because people know what a work is now and everything, so they're trying something new where they blur the lines of what's like reality to get heat on
what's
somebody.
Real and what's fiction.
Like,
come to find out, I did get some responses back, and some people clarified things. So what it was is it wasn't intentional. She didn't go into business for herself, but WWE is going to use this to their advantage 110%. They are going ahead, and they're going to capitalize on this, as you said, to get as much heat as possible. Their intention wasn't to throw her under the bus,
which is
but
a
to
reward.
Make her enemy number one.
It's a reward for her, and that's by the way, that's bad. I don't like that. I
can't fathom a world where you hurt someone and ruin a pay-per-view essentially and get praised for it.
You will. I can show you the world.
But at the same time, I like when they use organic shit. So I'm like the fucking leukemia thing. I was very excited they did that. I was like, great. If you do more of that, you might have a product again.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the world of Goldberg.
Up statement.
Welcome to the world of Goldberg and Bret Hart.
I didn't agree with what you said though about Lana, because if you watch that punch that she threw against Dana Brooke, I agree with what she did tenfold. She said, you know, even her explanation, I know you said she shouldn't have said anything. I do agree there, but it's hard to ignore it because it came from every which angle, and after everything that happened to Nia,
someone has to stick up for you, and if no one will, you have to.
Yeah, and the punch was obviously god awful. She brings her arm forward and then pulls it right back.
Connect.
I didn't even the ghost next to her. It was bullshit.
Pretty much. So Lana's, tweet here said, I saw blood on Dana's face, so I, pulled the punch entirely, and then I was being told to get a doctor and a ref because of what happened to Becky. We're out there fighting to win, but not there to legitimately hurt one another. And then people kept sending it to her and sending it to her. So she says, since I've been tagged in this many times, I'm going to tell all of you, read my last tweet. This is not a laughable situation, especially at the time being told to find help for Becky. Thank you for your understanding. And then she also commented again saying, I'm not going to hit someone that has blood all over their face. Know what you're talking about. Now, she didn't know that because...
Wait, Dana, she's talking about Dana or Becky?
Dana Brooke had blood all over her. She thought she was hurt as well. But what happened was, remember I told you I originally saw blood on Rhonda's arm, and I thought Rhonda got hurt? When I was first watching live on TV, I was like, oh, look at that. Rhonda's got blood in her arm. Maybe she slid into the ring wrong or the chair. And then I was like, oh, fuck, it's Becky. I didn't see Becky bleeding until they really zoomed in on it. So Becky bled all over because Nia Jax punches Becky Lynch, busts her face in, breaks her face, concusses her, and then she falls backwards. Becky then goes to the middle of the ring, and that's when Dana Brooke runs over to her to start their little altercation. Dana looks at her and says, it's bad, get out of the ring. But when they were working together, she got blood on Dana's face.
Right.
So then Dana goes out of the ring to start wrestling with Lana, and Lana thinks that Dana's hurt because she's got blood all over her. Meanwhile, Becky's got blood on Rhonda, on Dana, on herself. You saw how much she was bleeding. So Lana thought Dana was hurt as well as everyone telling her, oh shit, get help for Becky. So I don't blame her for throwing the worst punch we've seen in a long time after we saw the literal worst punch. So I don't want to give Lana shit at all, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I still do, but it's not her fault. Maybe it's not her fault, but it's WWE's fault. Like, I don't know, but yeah, it's not as bad as, it's definitely nowhere near as bad as what Nia did, because Lana maybe didn't know she was on TV. I don't know, but everything I'm seeing, I just would have never saw before, because Lana stopped punching Dana Brooke because she thought Dana Brooke was injured. Yeah, but you're not really punching her. So
yeah, she still could have faked it better. I agree, but you know,
the clear thing to me was when she was going to punch her and saw the blood, would be to start throwing rib shots at her, and you're not hitting her in the ribs whatsoever. But you just throw some rib shots at her, then you walk away. You walk immediately away. You throw rib shots at her, then you look around, and then you walk away, and you maybe say something to the ref. Or after you throw the rib shots, you hope she sells enough, and you're like, you all right? And then if Dana Brooke says, yeah, it's not my blood. Oh, okay. And then you keep going. But it's like, why would Dana stop? You're not.
I like that. The what you just said. That right there is what I was thinking when you guys were first talking about this yesterday. I'm like, why didn't you just do that? Why didn't they just talk about
throwing real punches? It's just like, dude.
Well, it's not just that. It's like you're able to ask, "Hey, you okay? Yeah, okay." Bam, bam. You know, you can get back.
Yeah, or you get close to them. You throw the punch, or you get close to them. But my problem is with Lana is she goes to throw a punch and stops, and her explanation is
commit to one thing or the other, right?
Yeah, she's mid punch.
You can throw a complete side punch, like to the stomach. You could throw your whole body and all your weight and momentum and never touch her whatsoever. But just you make it look like you're hitting her in the stomach. I mean, it's not I'm sorry, I've never been in wrestling and thought somebody was hurt like that, and I stopped.
Well, wait, do you know what I think too with these guys? I think that they're not used to working with blood very much.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. It was just
they're not used to working.
So many emotions.
They're not used to working. Like, this is the worst.
I understand. That's exactly
at all.
That's even the biggest point. But I mean, blood-wise, like, it's such a back in the day that shit happened. I'm not saying they handled it the best back in the day, but it shouldn't. It's such a oh god, what's the word? Like an anomaly to them now. They don't even know what to do. Either run or they get afraid one way or the other. Whether they're afraid of the blood or they're afraid of hurting. Like, they don't know what to do.
Well, she shut down in that moment. That's why the punch stopped, because she's got people telling her get help, and then she sees the blood, and they're not prepared. They shouldn't be in those situations.
It's really not just
they're not
her.
ready
The whole
for
company's kind of fucked that way.
Yeah, you know? but that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't so much blame her. I blame the company for sending them out there if they're not
anomaly to them now. They
knowledgeable and prepared.
And that's why I don't get, like you guys are saying, why they're just gonna let Nia Jax off so easy. But I guess they need her for all the women's movement shit.
The fans are out for blood, justifiably so. I see, you know, like I said, no world where this is okay.
She ruined the best match of Survivor Series. That's why she's going to get heat. She's just going to get heat.
I was like, fuck. Because I was digging her organic people. She was getting actual fucking crowd response. And I'm like, this is what we need more of. And now it got...
They have fucking flip-flopped with Nia Jax so fucking many times just in 2018 alone. She went from being a bully victim to a bully to being a babyface to being a heel. Like, what in the fuck are they doing with her?
Nia? Yeah, it's a mess. She was supposed to fight Tamina, it seemed, and then all of a sudden, this is going on. Not that we cared about Tamina, but...
It is astounding how what the fuck happens in 24 fucking hours in wrestling.
And that's the thing, too. No one's excited for the Charlotte match, especially knowing that she is not the champion, so there's no reason to protect her, so there's no real, like, magic or draw to this. It's just, you know, it's second best. It's not the, you know, you're not replacing AJ with Daniel Bryan. You know, it's not, you know, one hand with the other. It's a huge, you know, disservice to not just the fans, but the pay-per-view as a whole. Everybody was excited. Yeah, everybody was like, this is the only match that I was really looking forward to. The rest is all, you know, repeats. And the only match that's on the card that I recall right now from the top of my head that isn't something we've seen a dozen times before is Seth and Nakamura. And Nakamura's heartbroken that Seth doesn't give two shits about him.
There was shit bomb.
I think I'm developing a blood fetish now thanks to Becky Lynch, that sexy son of a bitch. JK, that's nasty, but I still got a boner.
Oh my god, dude, a blood fetish. Rambo, is that Rambo Mode 92? Thanks for the $5 donation and becoming a $5 shit bum. The donations are on, guys, if you want to use them. The Twitch alerts are in the description, and the super chats are down below on the right. So either way, well, Becky had a savage response to Naya. I mean, in the end, we're gonna appreciate that they use it, but in a way, I just hope that something happened in the back, because, and many people reporting, especially the SmackDown group, is upset at Naya, perhaps. But
more
Bob
than just
Timmons,
the SmackDown
thanks.
group. Since earlier, it's even come out that some of the women on the Raw side as well are upset.
But it's like, I don't know.
Sorry that I have been missing, but I just escaped one of Tommy's 32 chins. But anyways, chapter 16, big old black ass. I just turned 21, and to celebrate, Hamza took me to a strip club. I had no money, so I just threw racist compliments, so they beat me senseless.
I just love how it just says, anyway, by the way, chapter 16, big old black ass.
Big old black ass.
Like, just out of the blue.
We'll talk about the $4 Ryback donation and the $40 Rybox one.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
The first $9.
Hey, it's me, the world famous Jard Threatin, and I'm here to announce that I have disbanded my band, Threatin, and I have officially signed an exclusive deal with WWE. My debut will happen the next NXT taping in Orlando.
Give it a hell yeah!
Jared, hell yeah.
Chapter 17, the aftermath of the big old black ass. After the senseless beating, they threw me out, so me and Hamza left. We found a cracked head stripper and she was cocked up, so she offered sex. I said yes, then we banged. Little did I know she was on the rag.
On the rag. It's something about that damn British voice that just makes it so much better.
Tommy's Journal, thank you, Tommy's Journal, and Jared, thank you. See you at NXT. Apparently. And here's a few more.
Chat party.
We're gonna roll through all these.
Savalina should get buried like Perry Saturn in 01.
Ooh.
Dorian Moore. Wow. No, I don't know about. I mean, should anybody really be buried like Perry Saturn? But
Bobby.
Yeah. Yes. Nia Jax should.
You know, Perry had like feet of bricks at that time. And I feel
Moppy.
bad.
We'll give her like tampon-y, and she'll come out with a gigantic bloody tampon.
Perry might have been the worst student ever to come out of Killer Kowalski's school.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Think about all the people, right? I mean, he's got to end up being
China, Triple H.
Super Chat. The women in WWE don't normally use blood.
Except once a month.
Broken Lion, that's true. Yeah, but every month they're very familiar with it, so I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, that's horrible. But no, and then we also got, I mean, hey, if you think about it, dude, the head trainer of NXT came out of Killer Kowalski's, and he's now the head trainer.
Yeah, I forgot about Matt Bloom.
Yeah, man, fucking Prince Albert. I remember when I was going to look up schools, and I found out he was trained there. I got kind of excited that Triple H, China, Prince Albert at the time was there, and because I couldn't go to Shawn Michaels' school because it was in Texas, but
there.
I tried to go there too. What did you say, Tommy? You just came through like blur blur dirt.
You said Prince Albert, so I said you better let him out of there.
Oh, oh man, how do you know about that, Tommy? That's creepy. I'm surprised.
Well, did you hear Prince Albert's in the can? Well, you better let him out of there. And you said Prince Albert. I said, well, you better let him out of there.
You need to walk into a tattoo place and ask for that, Tommy, and then YouTube what happens next.
Tommy,
there you go.
Tommy,
I'll $100 and just smile.
Tommy, I'll buy you the rope. You write the note.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Tommy, what's up, man? I'm sure you probably aren't that affected by this whole thing. I feel like because you kind of half watch the product. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but I'm saying for you, you know, you kind of sort of casually watch. You're like the casual viewer. You just so like Becky being injured, I feel like doesn't faze you that much.
Well, I feel like it takes away from the product. It makes it lackluster in that it's gonna take away from the women's division, her being injured, and you figured that they would want to bubble wrap both her and also Ronda Rousey because of this match being so big. Champion versus
bubble wrap from a big bitch.
No, I've said that before, Tommy. You're onto something. I said I don't know why they don't protect their stars more. You see them getting injured at house shows all the time, and unnecessarily used. Now this wasn't a bad scenario.
Like they protect them too much in some ways, and then in other ways I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, but when champs have these big matches coming up and stuff, I don't know why they have to do the house show circuit and risk injury But yeah, this was not one of those times where it was unnecessary. Like this made Raw.
Though, because like at the same time, because it's like, and it should be that way where no matter what, you always get like a show of. Actually, dude, nowadays it's different. Now the house shows are probably. I know for a fact I've been doing them. They're better than the tape shows. Back in the day, it was probably. I'm gonna guess in like the late '90s, it was probably they were all as good as the other, right? Did anyone go to house shows back then?
I used to go to house shows all the time, and that's the thing. It was a mixed bag. Like sometimes you had no main event stars.
Were they really full, like fucking sold out or whatever, like they say now?
Oh yeah.
Well,
oh yeah.
I went to the one in Boston that was literally the day before Roman announced he had the leukemia thing, and it was a pretty well sold out crowd, and the matches were pretty fucking solid, honestly.
Yeah, the ones I've been to have been great.
How much was it sold out?
Because late '90s, I used to go to like the New Haven Coliseum all the time, and house shows were wild back then. I mean, you would see things that they were, really trying to figure out, like new match, angles and things like that. So that was cool. The craziest one I went to is it was Triple H was coming back from that long injury when he was out when he tore his leg up.
Yeah.
So he did a house show the night before he came back on Raw, and I've never heard a crowd louder than when he came out. The place exploded. It was insane. That was in Springfield.
Damn.
That's crazy. That was big. I guess
hey, Connor, that Sunday show you went to is important. I want to know how sold out was the place, because in the summer when I went 2 years ago, like I remember it was they only sold, I would say, maybe 50% of the TD Garden was sold out. But the Sunday show you went to was originally supposed to be a pay-per-view, and it was a Sunday.
Right.
So
so that was kind of the thing I think that went into it was the number one, it was supposed to be the pay-per-view originally, and number two, it was a combined house show. So it was both brands. Ronda was there too. Ronda Rousey made like a rare house show appearance. Yeah. Roman obviously was supposed to be there. Obviously that didn't happen. I'd say like by the time like the second match came around, with the exception of where the private boxes are?
Yes.
The garden?
Yeah. Yep.
They taped off everything from the private boxes up.
Okay.
And everything was filled.
So so no balcony at all.
So that's like 80%.
It's like it's like it's about it. Maybe 85% even, but it's
that's good. That's a good.
That's not bad, but that's still not sold out. And when I went to the Garden in the 90s, and I'm talking about whether it was 99, 98, I went in 95.
You're talking TD Garden or the original Boston Garden?
Well, both, because the original Boston Garden in 93. And then in 95, I think 95 it might have been Fleet Center. And I think that was the first year, or it was 97. Either way, I forget. It was either 97 or 95 when it got torn down. I don't remember.
I think it was 97. But
might have been 97. But it was basically sold out both of those times. I've looked at photos. I've looked at old photos of me at those shows, and I have taken big photos around so I can look up. There's people even in the balcony areas, the very balcony areas. In fact, one of those times,
the nosebleed.
One of them I was there. One of them I was in the nosebleeds. So it's like, dude, that place was sold out. 5 house shows in the 90s, all 5 looked sold out, if not 95% sold. And I've been to 2 recently where it looked like 60% were sold. Now, you've been one to 85%, and I think that's because, like you said, Sunday, combined brand, Ronda, supposed to be a pay-per-view, so I think it had all that working for it. But still, it shows you how fucked up the times are right now. And I want to say real quick.
I bought tickets for a Raw back in 2000. I think, yeah, it was early 2000.
Yeah.
And that was in Springfield. I mean, it was still a smaller arena, but even still, you know, they have like the second level and the smaller third level balcony. I was all the way at top of the third level. My back was against the wall, like where that was the last seat in the arena. It was that. I was the last seat available.
I remember.
You know, and then you couldn't see anyways because there were so many signs.
Yeah,
so.
You know, when you're up there, it's like scary. That, man. Like, especially if you're in the front row of the balcony, you're like, I'm gonna fall the fuck off this thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's so freaky.
Especially when they have that real stadium seating where it's super steep. I think out of all of this, the thing that you know, turning gears here, that really upsets me, the more I have this pulled up, and it's just every time I peek over, it infuriates me. Seeing Nia Jax's tweet. She said, you know, we don't deliver mail, things happen. Is anyone going to ask me how my hand feels or how my fist feels?
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Are you fucking tone deaf? Are you kidding me? And then the backlash she got was brutal, but Becky struck back. I think it was perfect. She said, you gave me your best sucker punch, but I got back up to destroy your whole roster. They won't let me fight. But I'll get back up from that, too. It's what I do. So enjoy your one free shot, because as bad as my memory is now, I haven't forgotten you, bitch.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
The Spitfire has been great on Twitter between them. It's been great.
Now, if that wasn't staged, the WWE would have her take that tweet down immediately.
I think they would keep it up just knowing how well it's working for them.
Right now, they're in the mode of letting some organic shit go down, apparently.
Yeah, because then Ronda posted a little bit of a jab at Becky's. You know, she posted a picture on Instagram from Nate Diaz that said, if you can't make it to the war, you lose the war. And she was saying how, you know, oh, the millennial man will not be showing up for her, you know, her ass whooping come Sunday. And she went out and she keeps calling her Ronnie, which I think is hilarious. But she's like, Ronnie, when I got my face broke, I got up, I owned you. Then I showed up the next day looking for a fight some more. When you got your face broke, you hid for a year under your blankie.
Tommy, what the fuck are you doing, Tommy?
What?
The fuck are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
I was listening to him.
Dude, no, what are you doing? You're not listening to anybody. You're fucking making faces and shit. Like, what are you doing?
He's got a mirror. He's distracted.
What are you doing, dude? Like, I mean,
you do realize the camera's on.
You realize everybody can see you just being weird. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Tommy, you're doing this.
Why are
peanut butter in the roof of the mouth?
Dude,
like,
he does that stuff. It's all right.
I know, but it's just like, what are you doing? Like, you know, people can see you, right?
He's got a mirror. He's
what the
looking
fuck is wrong with
you? That's what I'm. There you go, Jake. It's like, holy shit, I can.
Can't avoid looking at himself.
Jesus Christ, Tommy! Like, I mean,
it's
like,
fucking hypnotic.
The best thing is it froze on my screen, so you got me laughing. You got Jesse in like a praying pose, and then Tommy with his tongue sideways. So,
like a praying.
Go back and watch it. It's fucking weird.
You need to screen cap that immediately.
It's like, go back and watch it. It's like it's like, what is he doing?
That's gonna be a GIF in a minute.
I think a lot of it didn't make air because I didn't have him on. But he was like, yeah, I didn't really have him on screen, but I'll tell you, man, you were fucking, goddamn, were you making some weird faces a minute ago. I don't think it really made the air, unfortunately. I should have put you on for a while. Because you were doing all kinds of stuff. It was amazing.
I got it. I see it. Yep. Yeah.
The tongue sideways.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we'll hear more from your journal. So, Tommy, anything else you want to say about wrestling-wise?
You know, I wanted to make a statement about Roman, and I don't know if this is wrong for me to say this, but, you know, Roman is relatively a healthy dude, and I really think with, you know, him having leukemia and him being a fighting spirit, I really think that Roman could have kept on wrestling, I think, in my opinion, because, you know, with that
Jesse's face.
What?
Wait a minute.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen anybody on chemo?
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you think Roman should be wrestling through chemotherapy?
That wouldn't work so good. He'd barely make it to the fucking facility to get chemo usually. Yeah. Well, I don't know how it is now. That was like 10 years ago when I...
Tommy, like, do you know what chemotherapy does to you?
Yeah, my grandmother went through it a lot, and she
see her getting in the ring.
Is she getting in the ring?
Yeah. You think she's got the fighting spirit?
Well, she wasn't as healthy as Roman Reigns, I would say. She was skin and bones, she had some meat on her, but she was a healthy woman.
Oh my God! Just when you think you can't get any crazier.
But Tommy, chemo's radiation. Doesn't matter if you're a fucking ox or if you're a grandmother. It's gonna kick your ass.
Pretty much, but I mean, I get what he's saying though. Like,
I get what.
I mean, there's one day he does chemo. He goes through his chemo treatments, and then the next day he could show up on Raw and wrestle for a bit, and then go back and do his treatments. That's what I'm saying. But if it's wrong of me, I'm sorry. It was just something I thought about because Roman's got this fighting spirit about him, and I think that I think he probably could do it. But I think it's better that the fact that he's stepping away because he has this deadly disease.
Well, I think I know you hate kids, but I think it's because he has his kid at home.
I hate kids.
Well, you don't like kids. I mean, you never think about it. You're always like, yeah, it's a kid. I don't know. You don't like kids. Just say it.
I never said I hated kids.
You don't like them though.
I think I have no problem with kids.
I think you have a jealousy thing with kids, where like you don't like kids because they get attention that you want, and so like you get upset at kids. Like Hamza's kids, you kind of upset at them in videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying it's true. Like, so I think like but Roman's got a kid at home, so when Roman goes for chemotherapy or treatments for like 3 days or whatever it is, I don't know how long it is. It could be 2 days, 3, 4 days, I don't know. And then there's like probably only 1 day or 2 days where Roman feels not sick, right? Where he feels kind of like somewhat all right. And those are probably the days where he hangs out with his family more than anything. I'm betting. I'm just getting that. I get what you're saying though. Like he's so fit that if the chemo, whatever. But no, I don't think so. No, the chemo is gonna fuck up your body.
I think he's gonna be
side
back
effects
pretty quickly. I think that's pretty amazing in itself. He'll be back as soon as he's done with treatment.
He'll throw up in the
side
ring.
Effects from the treatment is severe fatigue. You're feeling constantly worn out, having no energy. You're prone to getting infections more so because of leukemia, but on top of it, because the radiation is destroying your healthy cells as well. You have bursts of bleeding, diarrhea, constipation, nausea, vomiting, sores that develop in your mouth, hair loss. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. There's like a list of 100 possible side effects and symptoms, but you want him out there giving Superman punches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No, fuck it. He'll be fine. Give him the belt.
Yeah, give him the belt. Give him the chemotherapy championship.
Get off. Go jump.
Give him the leukemia championship. That'll be crazy. Anyway.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Like, what a weird thing. Anyway, Tommy, thanks, man. I'm like, what else about wrestling you got? And then he's like, I think Roman should wrestle through chemotherapy. Oh,
I think I can top that.
Yeah,
we're still looking at him flicking his tongue.
It sounds like Roman Reigns, he's like their oldest Make-A-Wish. The way you put that, Joe.
Yeah, and then you get this fucking crybaby on Twitter. Fucking Tommy's making out of nowhere kind of meh. What? Like I think he's good in short bursts. It's like, dude, Tommy was on for 6 minutes.
Everybody was like producers and shit. This is crazy.
Oh my God, dude, he was on the show for 6 minutes, dude. Relax, it's gonna be okay. You'll be all right. Anyway, let's get back to. I'll play the rest. More donations. I'll play them in a minute.
Quick, did you hear the fucking insult though? I know Tommy was talking, but because you've brought this up several times before, Joe. So the fact that Ronda, got tooled by Becky here, saying that when your face got broken, you hid for a whole year. That just was like, I wanted to give her a standing ovation when she said that. That was fucking what a clapback. That is so brutal, yet so it's so poignant and true.
What, her tweet?
Yeah. I mean,
that was funny.
It was great.
It was great. I mean, because how many times have we heard, Ronda couldn't handle the losing and how much it affected her mentally, and they haven't really gone there with any storyline. I was waiting for them to do that a bit more with Nikki, but they started to bring it up, and they made it, like, oh, you're the disappointment, but Ronda, you better watch out. The man's coming after you, so I still hope. I imagine it'll go through to WrestleMania, but
here's a tip: wrestle through leukemia.
You can handle chemo.
Jesus,
I think you can do it. Yeah.
We believe in you.
Maybe you. Oh my! I don't even know. I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
I'm so lost right now after that. There's donations I'm going to play in a minute. We got a few donations that I'm going to play in a few minutes. We're going to take phone calls, like I said. Before we take another phone call, though, I just want to get back to this. Connor, what the fuck do you think about all this shit, man? Because we haven't heard from you. I mean, me and Jake have talked about it after Monday. We talked about it Tuesday. I made my own videos on this several times. What the hell do you think about this whole Becky Nia Jax thing and Survivor Series with like no excitement? I mean, I don't know.
So all right. Well, first off, none of the fucking pay-per-views have had any fucking good build, and I literally don't give a rat's ass about TV.
But finally, it felt like it did with Becky, and I finally gave a shit.
That was the one thing I cared about, and it got fucking derailed. And so other than the Becky shit, I didn't really give a shit about the build for TV. When I first heard about Becky getting hurt, I didn't know what exactly happened, so I chalked it up to, oh, it's just an accident, fucking all the women are brawling, shit happens. But then I saw who did it, and I saw how it was done, and I was like, oh, that's just fucking poor negligence. And then once everyone was starting to show, like, I think you and I were tagged in it, Joe, like the thread of fucking injuries that Nia Jax has caused.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, I knew half of those.
That thread was massive.
Dude, I knew half of those.
I'm like, oh shit.
This is the one that got me. I did this move on my daughter, and I was like, I'm like,
was it the shoulder breaker?
The shoulder breaker, the back where the shoulder breaker kills me. Like, this is the dumbest.
Her in her fucking head.
Dude, look at this. Boom, and what? First of all, she gave her a head breaker. She gives her a head breaker.
She didn't touch her knee, and then just dropped her right there on her head.
The very next tweet is the ref's reaction, and it's like, oh, he even makes a face like, fucking Jesus.
Oh my God, funny. Dude, what is this? And first of all, you never, like, first of all, that's not where you drop them.
No, you cradle them, so you use their abdomen and kind of like put them almost like a child almost.
Yeah.
Like put them down like head first, like a tombstone down, and then you place them down with your other hand. Like her back, like where her hand is on her lower back, should have guided her forward, not just dropped her like a fucking nail down on the fucking floor.
What the hell was this? Like, I mean, like, how do you do that? Like, I've never even seen that. Like, this is more forgivable again, but it's still, the thing about it is, first you fuck up, and then you just drop her on her head afterwards. Like, that is just, you are a fucking idiot. You're in control of the person, dumb. If she lost her back footing of her left foot, which is what looks, it doesn't even look like that happens. Because
no, she thought she hit the, it looked like she thought she hit the shoulder down.
Look at her knees.
Threw her down.
Look at Nia Jax's knees here. Look.
Yeah,
one foot back. She did it right. Her feet are right. Nia Jax's feet are, for all intents and purposes, right. Her knee comes down. Yeah. Her one knee stays up. That's correct. But
she's just not holding her in the proper position.
She just doesn't do anything the right way with her.
No, she's in the proper position. It's just that instead of like using the knee as like a secondary point to push her off, she didn't even touch her fucking knee and just threw her down.
But yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't hold her in the proper position.
But no, I mean,
drop her
Charlotte
down.
should be off to her right. Like, Charlotte's whole body should be off to her right. Instead, she gives her a head breaker. She gives her a fucking head breaker, dude. How, like, I mean, I don't know. How does that happen? How do you get in that position where you hit them in the head with your knee, and then you toss them to the wrong side on their head? Like,
it's not like a pile driver like what Owen Hart did to Austin, where like that was just a bad like position-wise. And it just happened to,
believe it or not, last night on my show, on my little video, or this morning on my video that I brought up, that was the only other time I can remember being angry at somebody's like move that I've seen. Like, besides what Nia punching her, I was like, why did she just punch her like that? I felt the same thing about Owen and Austin. I said, why the hell did Owen do that move? I never saw that move executed. No, I mean, seriously, I've never seen Owen do that move.
No, you're right. I haven't seen Owen do it, but I'm just saying that those were a little more commonplace back then, especially
not really
the sit-down versions.
But I'm telling you that sit-down, I never saw that at WrestleMania. I never saw that at SummerSlam. I never saw that from Owen. I never saw that move in WWE from what I could recall. Like, at that time, I'm just telling you about my memory of 98. In in 97 or 98, I think it was early 98 or late 97.
Like fucking Hillbilly Jim was doing it, to be fair.
Was he?
Like, you didn't see, like, no, I'm saying, like, it's not like you saw, like, fucking everyone doing it. To your point,
I don't remember anyone doing that move. Like
people did the other pile driver, if anything.
Yeah, I remember the regular pile driver, and
pull down one. Yeah,
that's the one we're talking about, the sit down one. The tombstone's the more safe.
You're right, Hillbilly Jim.
That's the safer one.
Yeah, you know, I just never saw it done though, and I never saw Owen do it. So
I feel like they did it just because it looked right with the, you know, to keep kayfabe and everything, because they were both really good as like wrestling technicians. I feel like because they did the whole flip thing, it made sense why he picked that move in the moment.
Yeah, like they did some kind of cool reversal, and then it
really did look right for the moment, but he did not execute it right. And maybe that's because they don't use it much.
And it's kind of, and that move was kind of more forgivable compared to what this was. Nia had 100% control. That other one you could say was maybe 50-50 because the way Austin was like positioned, and they were doing like a tilt-a-whirl reversal, and so you can kind of maybe sort it was like a mixed bag.
It's the same way. It's like the Styles Clash. If somebody gets hurt during a Styles Clash, you know, you kind of say to yourself,
broke
like,
his neck on that or something?
Yeah, like he's broken people's necks, like because that move is just dangerous. So when you see that move used and someone gets hurt, you're not that surprised because you're like, that needs to be executed like crazy perfectly. But Nia Jax is fucking up punches.
That move isn't dangerous.
But Nia Jax is fucking up punches and fucking shoulder breakers.
Yeah, she's
fucking up shoulder breakers.
There's even better examples too.
Look at this. What is that? What in the world is that? I want to know what that is. I want to know what that is.
But a few different wrestlers Jericho was talking to, when he was talking to Ellsworth, and when he almost broke his neck with the Styles Clash, it's just because you're training. They teach you, you know, tuck your chin, tuck your chin, tuck your chin.
Which Ellsworth doesn't have.
Exactly. But everybody says that move is one of the easiest to take, so long as you don't, you have to go against your instinct.
Easy? What's easy to take? What'd you say?
The Styles Clash.
Yeah, for the most part, but yeah, you go the opposite. That's why Ellsworth almost died, because Ellsworth tucked his chin the wrong way.
Exactly. You don't tuck your chin. You have to go against instinct. You're taught always to tuck your chin.
Yeah. Instead, you're giving up your neck.
You line up perfectly, and AJ delivers it. You know, it ends up being like truly comfortable, and you get no impact on it. So,
are we getting a demonstration of the shoulder break? Oh.
Nia, you watching? Nia, you watching? Are you watching the show, Nia? Are you there? Nia, put down the ice cream bar. Nia, put down the ice cream bar.
I like what somebody had said here, too.
Put down the fucking ice cream bar, Nia.
While he's setting up, you know, it's like she's big but not strong. So she's not able to, you know, control her weight.
Boom. That's
perfect right there.
That's exactly how.
Over the shoulder, down. Left knee hits the mat.
And Bunny, he'll still be doing Bunny shit tomorrow because he didn't get hurt.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
He's caught what Jesse just
said. You don't let him go and fall.
That's not how you do
She didn't even hit the knee, though. She didn't.
No, don't want to do that.
Oh, those goddamn carrots are just like...
Wrong carrot.
But I think that makes great sense.
You know? They know how to sell because they're, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, I've only been in like 5 matches. I've only been in like 5 professional matches. Even I know that's not right.
I just thought that'd be funny, but dude, it's like, dude, it's mind-boggling to me that she landed on her knees the right way, and that she didn't put her down at all the right way. I mean, it's like this is the weirdest fucking shoulder breaker. What is that? What is that?
I like what somebody had said on Twitter, and it makes great sense. She's big, but not strong. It looks like she's always struggling to control the weight of herself and these women when she's asked to do these moves. She often, like, even when she separated Bayley's shoulder by throwing her out of the ring, like, people said she's too strong and she doesn't realize her strength. But she's not strong enough to hold, you know, herself and somebody else when setting up or delivering moves properly.
I think the back of her ass is pulling her over in this. Now that I look at this shoulder breaker, now that I look at this again, I think her ass starts tipping her backwards. I mean, it is unbelievable. Yeah, Melly is freaked the fuck out. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Oh yeah, in that same match, I'm just checking out the thread. She like failed to catch Charlotte during a moonsault.
Right.
Yeah.
Then she injured Bayley. Remember when she like tossed her into the rope and like injured her shoulder that made her miss SummerSlam?
Yep, she separated her shoulder there.
Yep.
And then she goes for an elbow while like completely missing Bailey entirely.
I'm watching this thread and it's just hard to watch. Yeah. Holy God.
And then she plants the wrong knee when giving Asuka a backbreaker, which is just painfully hilarious to watch.
But watch the Zelina Vega toss.
Oh,
that was actually at Evolution, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody says that Dorian Moore's donation is going to come up later. He's saying something about Steve Austin hurting somebody's neck in WCW. That makes sense if he did do it in WCW, because I really didn't watch a lot of WCW at that time. I barely tuned in and saw that. Yeah, Melly is stressed. Like when she starts seeing me do stuff like that, she's like, "Am I supposed to kill this thing? Do you want me to kill this for you?" If I had been like, "Oh my God," like she would have tore that animal up like all over the carpet.
You should have.
Well, it's the kid's bunny. Otherwise, I would have. If it was like an extra thing, like I definitely would have done it. I'd be like, "Watch what my dog does. She's gonna eat the shit out of this thing."
Hell yeah! Random thought: the same people who say that WWE needs to go back to TV 14 are the same people that love NXT, which is still TV PG. And one more thing, Tommy is a sexual that is a homo.
Oh, just what the fuck?
I just love the way he said that. Is a sexual that is a homo.
Justin Davison, thanks for the donation, man. And thanks to Broken Line for upping his pledge on Patreon from $10 to $50 a month. Broken Line is a broken sex machine. Jesus.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
The Renegade is in the house.
I'm not looking forward to the Bryan and Brock match on Sunday. With Bryan's past injuries and as ruthless as Brock can be, it is looking like career suicide for Daniel Bryan.
Renegade, you're right. What if he kills Daniel Bryan?
Kind of why I'm looking forward to it.
Chapter 18, Peanut Butter and Farting. So it was a couple of weeks ago I saw Halloween, and afterwards I called Deb. I had a long conversation. In the middle of it I farted in my phone. She said, "Tommy, you're disgusting as shut up and play with your bloody cunt."
Oh
my God. I called Deba.
Oh my God,
Chapter
dude.
18. This book's getting long.
Yeah.
He's a no, you know what? This is like the Dao Ching or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's like each page is like these.
It's like their Quran.
Tommy has no concept of medicine.
Like,
retard.
Like the Quran.
You heard that.
17, I blew up.
Somebody heard it at least. Vito, thank you.
I
Vito.
did. I'm like, Jesus.
Vito, I love you, man. Thanks for the $2. Yeah, he don't know, man. He doesn't know.
Man, he's cool.
You don't know.
Tommy doesn't know. Tommy doesn't know.
Wait, did they just call chemo medicine though?
Well, he has no concept of modern
medicine, I guess. Yeah, chemo's poison, but yeah, I get what you mean though.
Yeah, Tommy doesn't understand the broad concept of medicine.
Super chat.
Or sex.
Tommy, from now on, leave the thinking to the adults. I don't want you hurting yourself.
That's what the helmet's for.
The Renegade.
That's because they said they hooked up, Joe. Oh, they hooked up? They had sex? No, they held hands. They hooked up.
No, they hooked him up to a machine. They hooked him up to a chemotherapy machine. Joe Compton, the Renegade. Thank you, man. Happy birthday.
The late 90s, they would use that as like a bit, though, for sure.
They're hooking up? No, they hooked him up to a milking machine.
Oh, God, milk him like a fucking cow. Whose birthday is it right now in the chat? I forget. Somebody's birthday's today.
Did you imagine he was all better, right? But they didn't they didn't say that, like, according to the narrative, like he was still going through chemo. And then he comes down with the machine and just fucking waffles somebody.
Just STF you, Tommy.
Jesse, that's funny. Hey, Nessa, thanks for the $2 super chat, Nessa. Oh, thanks for the fucking comment on Instagram too. I saw your message on Instagram finally. I was sitting in a doctor's office today, getting stabbed, and I had something to read from Nessa. It was good. Good shit. We're talking about
So were all these donations when Tommy was doing what he was doing?
This is from when everybody was mad at Tommy still. We're still going back in time on donations. We're going to talk a little bit more. We got tons of shit, man, about with this Becky Lynch, Daniel Bryan. We never even got Connor's complete take yet.
One of the things on Bryan's contract was he wanted a match against Brock Lesnar. don't know if you guys already mentioned it, but could this SmackDown bizarre twist just to cater to Daniel's contract? Also, do you think Tommy likes roast beef?
No.
The Goon, thanks for the 316.
No beef curtains for Tommy.
I mean, that's an argument we could have, to be honest. That's an argument we can have. Is this the stuff they actually planned?
This is Vince's punishment. It's his punishment for Crown Jewel. He sent them to get killed by Lesnar.
Well, I mean, I think we're all I feel like we're all overthinking things, and in actuality, this was all literally planned all along.
Yeah, supposedly it was before the weekend.
That's what I had said last night, that we had heard. He didn't. I've been saying it for weeks. They didn't want AJ versus Brock too. Yeah, I said that right after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So, or not SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell. Whenever he, possibly had the rematch for the belt. And
I didn't even see the first one, but I didn't want to see a second one because I figure they seem to have a pattern with these second matches.
The first one wasn't bad, but rumor has it because they didn't want AJ to basically lose a second time to Brock Lesnar.
You know why I don't want to see a second one is because these guys aren't on the same show competing for the belt. If these guys are on the same show and AJ loses the belt to Brock, and now they're having a rematch, even if Brock beats him again, at least they're still on the same show. But the fact that they're both champions on opposite shows, I think it's retarded to have champion lose to the other champion twice. So that makes me uncomfortable. But if you just look at the match and forget about championships and all that shit,
that's what I did.
AJ versus Brock last year was one of the matches of the year.
Yeah,
just because it was weird. It was fucking. It was like, dude, it was like watching.
No one expected it to be that good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just unorthodox is what I liked about it. It was different.
Well, because Brock's matches have sucked. Well, for the most part. And then he put AJ in there. It's like, holy shit. And then I remember when he had the calf crusher on him, Brock just sits up and starts beating him down on the fucking mat. It was great.
Dude. Oh, my God. Cool, yeah, Jesse, you should watch the AJ versus Brock because they kind of treated it real. Like, AJ was doing all the things he usually tries to do. And like you said, he put the calf crusher on him, and Brock just, goes, rawr, and starts bashing his fucking face in.
Well, was this kind of like when they did him and Cena the first time, and it was kind of real?
Kind of, but I felt like this was more aggressive and fast paced.
Yeah, it was. Okay. It was, but
this wasn't as one sided. So.
But it was AJ Styles. It was, you know what I mean? It was AJ Styles instead.
Yeah. No, I'm actually, when you guys keep talking about it, it does make me interested because you guys keep saying it was weird, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
Dude, remember
definitely worth checking out.
Remember the ending too? The ending was great. I love the ending.
When the fuck was that, by the way?
Survivor Series
of last year.
Year.
Do you remember? Was it a real? I don't remember now. Was it a real injury to Brock's leg or somebody? Because didn't AJ jump off the rope and Brock caught him, and he kind of went down, and then he had to throw him out. He F5.
No, that's right. He did stumble him. That's right, because he kind of was losing his balance a little bit, and looked like because AJ was fighting for it, because he actually made it look legit like he caught him in midair and was fighting to get the hell out of it, and then hit the F5 and pinned him.
Yeah, dude, it was really. I liked that match.
That was one of the better. That was
for the phenomenal forearm.
If you had to pick Brock Lesnar's top 5 matches, that's got to be in it for me, just because I liked it. I don't maybe other people liked other things, but I just happened to like it. I'm surprised.
It was that and the men's Survivor Series match was fucking amazing because that went an hour.
Yeah, the men's one was good. The ending always got to me, but I did like the match.
But the Bryan situation, I feel like they once again fucking shot themselves in the foot creatively. Yeah. Because, think of it this way, right? If Bryan beats Brock, does anybody really unless something happens where Braun interferes, which that could happen, then Bryan beats Brock Lesnar. I don't think anybody sees that actually happening. But if Brock beats Bryan, then you literally have Bryan win the title just to job out in 5 days, whatever it is.
That's the thing. I see.
I don't have a problem with that. If we're seeing that as the views of a critiquer. If you're not trying to just critique it and you're just trying to enjoy it, that's not a problem, is it?
No, but
I think the match itself will be. I hope.
That's why I said if they both
used to watch as a fan, it never bothered me when it was title versus title or somebody lost and they were both champions. And if anything, I just got more pumped up. It was just.
Well, here's the thing, though. If it was different circumstances, I would be where you're at with the mindset. But I worry because it is Brock Lesnar, and he's so out for himself most times that if he's not willing to play ball, we suffer. We get 2-minute matches or 4 F5s, and that's it. Even with Braun's match, Braun was supposed to go on a little bit longer, and it just whatever he wants gets done, obviously. So
I was thinking about that earlier because they reconfigured the contract, right, for Survivor Series with him.
Yeah, because he originally didn't want to do Survivor Series. So
sorry, what?
He originally wasn't game for Survivor Series. Then with Roman getting sick, they had to renegotiate and change.
Well, I'm just curious if like how I'm sure he gets his way, like I want this much money, blah blah blah. But I wonder if they get their way a little bit of like, yeah, but we need you to do more than 4 fucking moves this time.
I feel like
I don't know. If I were them, I'd be like, yeah, we'll pay you more, but you gotta do more shit.
I feel like they really hold back on that. Like when they need to ask Brock for something, they wait on it until they really need to.
Until the pressure comes mounting.
609's on the phone. What's up?
What's up? This is Luke Rojas.
Luke. What's up, Luke? Someday I'll put your name in the system again. There we go.
Luke, who do you think is going to win on Sunday? That's what I want to know. Between AJ, or excuse me, I keep saying AJ, between Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar.
So here's the thing. Just imagine you buying a ticket to this. All right, you're like, yes, I'm going to get Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. I'm going to get AJ versus Brock too. And then also I'm going to have this weird leadership dynamic between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Now have all that get built up and then fucking just scrap it all.
Yeah, 6 days before.
Throw that out the window. Just throw that out the fucking window. Just throw everything out the window. That's my fucking life. How about you just kill me?
Well, that is a good point that I hadn't considered, because you are right. Essentially, the whole dynamic of the pay-per-view changed.
That's why I don't give a shit about the build.
Now that's why you feel like, I mean, the build has always been bad, but that's why you feel like maybe they didn't plan this now, because why would they go through all that trouble to do all that? And one of the worst things about it was them announcing on SmackDown that Daniel's off the team. And it was, and
you know what's the worst thing? You know what's the worst thing? And I know people haven't brought this up, some have. AJ held the WWE title for 371 fucking days, and he drops it from a low blow and a fucking flying knee, and that's it. And, I guess I get it. They didn't want him to really... Did they really drop the title from him just so he could not lose to fucking Brock? If that's so...
I doubt that.
That wasn't the only reason.
I think there's many reasons, but that's one of them to me. Yeah, it's one of them.
By the way, AJ's nuts have had a horrible 2018.
Yes, they have.
That's the only way AJ loses.
He couldn't get the job done with a low blow.
Isn't this the second time? This is the second time he loses the belt because of a nut shot.
I don't think he hadn't lost it all, but he's gotten low blow.
Didn't he lose it to Nakamura because of whatever?
No, Nakamura never
won.
Shit, I don't even fucking know who the champions are.
Did he ever do the cup thing with Nakamura?
No, we thought that was going to happen.
I thought
it would have been genius. Would have thought he would have had a fucking cup at this point, but goddamn,
then the facial expression on Nakamura would have been priceless if he fucked up his. Oh, that would have been great.
Bro.
I just did not think that we were going to see AJ beat Punk's record with this belt, and so many people were like, "No, he'll make it to the Rumble." I agree that he should have been the one to take.
But Jake, Jake, you're lying, because you said last week that he was going to break it.
Yeah, that's what I saw reported. I personally said. I'm reading the news. I never felt like he was going to be one to break it.
You said it. You're like, I think he's going to break it. Now you're saying not, because that now it's like, oh,
I read that they're thinking that he was going to break it, but I personally never.
You're getting called out now. Now you're getting called out. You fake fuck. See that? See what happens?
I'm fucking with you, Jake. No, now
pull the clip.
I love Dave.
Yeah, back it up.
Pull the clip. No, I mean really, I want to see it. No, I'm just kidding. What, Luke?
Oh, I didn't know if there was a donation going on.
No, I paused him. No, I paused him just for you.
So I want Battle Cal to get slaughtered. Can she fucking get turned into a goddamn sandwich or something? That
baseball glove? What the fuck?
She'll be the last person surviving on Sunday. Watch. She'll be the sole survivor, and she'll win for the Raw team. And
yeah, now she's gonna get pushed, dude. It's gonna.
Now she'll get pushed because they're gonna do everything they can, reportedly, to capitalize on it.
Did you see the comic book picture she has on her Twitter of her punching? And I wrote on her Twitter, because it's like a comic book picture of her punching the air. I was like, is that a picture of her giving a stiff shot to Becky? Because it looks like, because it's the perfect frame. She's punching as hard as she fucking can.
Yeah.
And all these little fucking idiot faggots who go, oh, but it was an accident. It's not an accident when you've injured like dozens of fucking people. One of them was your best friend, Alexa Bliss, who you fucking tossed around like a fucking rag doll. And now it's the women's champion that you punch square in the fucking nose like a big fat tub of shit, you fucking lard sack cunt. I hope you fucking die.
No, her dumb ass is only worried about their fucking total divas, you know, late.
Did you tell him to die from Ebola?
Yeah. I died from Ebola.
Watch her cry. Watch her cry. She's gonna be fucking crying on Total
Divas.
Whatever the show is.
Total douchebag. She's gonna be crying in the back. You're right, Luke Roas. That's a great point. She's gonna be fucking crying everywhere, and then she'll be turned into a baseball glove. Let's go to one more call before we continue, and then we'll come back to calls again because I said I'd take a lot of calls tonight. But 908's on the phone. What's up?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jacob.
What's up, man? How you been?
Good. I just have a question. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just have one question. Is there a proper way to take the German suplex? You guys were talking about moves earlier. Is there a proper way to take the German suplex without getting killed?
It's funny you mentioned this. It's funny you mentioned that.
Is it possible to have a match with Brock without the suplexes, or does he have to do the suplexes every time?
I mean, shit, you look back when he did 03, he had some stellar matches without just doing suplexes. It's just a matter of he doesn't need to do it.
That's his, first of all, that's his signature, so it's like he's got to be doing that. But and it's the way it's how careless Brock is. He seems to just like to just toss people. But that's
what worries everybody, I think, with Daniel Bryan and him.
If you're in there, like if I'm in there and I'm being German suplexed by somebody who's lazy, then probably I'm going to attempt, when they're doing it to me, I'm going to attempt to throw myself higher. But
don't you think that with this case, with Daniel Bryan, Brock would be more careful?
Did you see the second Singh? Did you see the second Singh brother, the one in black? He was right. That was the good one. That was the one that was executed right. The Singh brother with the white coat or with the white collar. That was not good. He jumped way too much, and then Brock just threw him. However, the second brother seemed to he avoided being. He didn't give Brock anything. He made Brock. He went against Brock, throwing him a bit, and put his arms out to take the bump. That's really what it is. You want your arms out and you want to tuck your chin, but like with Brock Lesnar, sometimes he just heaves you over, and it's because it's like it's 70% they're throwing you. Like there's not a whole lot you can do.
If the move's done right, it's basically you're bridging the person onto their upper back. You know, you're taking them backwards and having them land on like the upper plexus, so you can go ahead and they can like almost do a backward somersault and land properly. But it's a full motion roll.
I can tell you how not to take it. Don't take it like the fucking Grimomania's buddy last year at Grimomania. This guy, I watched him. Every time he got thrown, he fucking rolled onto his shoulder, and I was like, dude, this guy's gonna separate his goddamn shoulder. And I just remember I was at Grimomania, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Benoit used to be able to deliver some 10 out of 10 perfect suplexes. Those, especially when he did the triple, where he'd just hold on to the lock, and 3 of them in a row. And there was other times where obviously he just didn't give a shit, and he was working stiff, and he was going to tool you and sandbag you a bit. But for the most part, he could deliver, A+ perfect, German suplexes.
And would you guys be upset if they main evented WrestleMania with Ronda and Becky?
Not at all.
No.
Nope.
Is that the way to go now with everything how it's looking with this whole Charlotte and the 4 horsewomen and then the UFC girls and then
I think that's the best bet if they really want to make a strong women's main event. This thing is white fucking hot, and if they're able to bounce back from this and really pull it off, I think that's a beautiful, beautiful way to do it.
They just have to hold out on these two until then and keep the interest going.
Which they can.
They have a lot of problems with that. I don't know if you said they can, Connor?
I think they can.
They got to do what they did with Austin,
man. Can, but will they is the problem. They tend to jump the gun and blow their load. Like, if you look at The Miz and Daniel Bryan, they had a lot of missteps there.
It's easy. Just have Becky win the Rumble.
That's a good
point. If she's not the champ. But
right.
The problem
get the SmackDown belt off of her and then have her win the Rumble and boom.
Yeah, and now with the stipulation of number 30, you know, for the mixed match challenge being the prize.
Oh my god, fucking horrible.
I don't know why they added that in at such a late stage too, because the whole round robin point of the tournament is ruined now that they have this playoff scenario.
Yep. Well, I mean, I give them at least credit for at least trying to make it like fighting for something, which I'll give them that credit. But it's like you decided to announce this halfway through, and some people are actually, well, were at the time champions when you started this thing. So it's like, well, what the like? Come on.
Yeah, and then on top of it, you know, like you said, they were fighting for something. It was for charity. You know, they were getting what, $100,000 for their
first time.
Yeah,
choice? But even
wasn't it this time too? They got charity money?
No, not that I know of. This time they weren't fighting for anything.
Oh, the article I read it said was, but that could be off. So,
all right, guys, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
So,
go ahead.
Do we have a scenario here where either man wins clean? Like, because I agree with Connor, Joe, that I have a hard time fathoming that Daniel Bryan would win the title and then 5 days later lose clean to Brock Lesnar.
It's got to be Strowman then. If Strowman interferes,
or
that's the only
AJ.
thing I can think of.
I mean, Strowman's a face too.
I mean, I just thought AJ would come out because he's got no match. AJ has nothing to do, so why wouldn't you would think it'd be
True.
AJ that shows up to attack Bryan and
yeah,
that
makes more sense.
That makes more sense. I mean, Meltzer's mentioned on Wrestling Observer. Yeah, he mentioned in Wrestling Observer that he heard Brock Lesnar won't be wrestling Braun at Mania. So any match between those two will be before then. And we're still getting Baron Corbin versus Strowman happening at TLC in December. So,
whoa.
But the only way that happens is if Team Raw wins, because that's what Stephanie McMahon said. You'll get your match if you win. And you also get the championship rematch against Lesnar so long as you're victorious at Survivor Series for Team Raw. And Team Raw has won, what, 2 years in a row? Right? Yeah.
Right.
So...
No, didn't SmackDown win?
They said 2 years of Raw winning, basically.
Hold on, I don't think so. I thought SmackDown won 1 year. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I'm sure they won 1 year, but they're saying 2 years of Raw winning straight.
Yeah, Raw won twice in a row now.
My God, imagine if they were wrong. That'd be fucking hilarious. I wish they were. I don't think they are, but
I want to look this up now because I could have sworn they.
Hey, sorry. I'm just looking up stuff.
I know they won last year because Triple H and Braun had their...
Yeah, they won in 2016.
Yeah?
Team SmackDown was Orton and Wyatt were the sole survivors on SmackDown.
See? So maybe that's 2 overall. Maybe it's just not twice in a row.
So wait a minute. Why the hell are they saying that then over and over again?
They did say it, though. I know I'm not crazy.
No, they've been saying it. I know that. No, they're 100% saying it.
There were 3 Survivor Series matches last year. Hold on, let me see. Unless they meant overall the fucking pay-per-view. Hold on, let me see. Team Raw beat Team SmackDown in the women's. SmackDown.
And guess what? It didn't matter. None of it mattered anyway. So like they're so stupid, except for bragging rights.
SmackDown won. Well, the men anyway. SmackDown won team on Team Raw, but Team Raw men for the women in the tag teams they won. But weird. It's so fucking weird. This is so ass backwards. I can't keep track of
you know
shit.
The facts because you go by WWE.
I barely do.
they pull shit out of their ass so much that you just start believing it.
Yeah, they blur the lines around.
They have such a knack for rewriting history that you end up just agreeing.
Let's go back. I mean, Becky could be out. I just hope they got to do the Stone Cold treatment with her, man. They got to let her, just come out there, and do as much as she can. I didn't really like the hug. I know it was genuine that she was just kind of hugging Charlotte. But I did. I wish that she slapped her. I almost thought, like, imagine she slapped her, like you better make her tap, like something like that, instead of hugging her. So I didn't kind of like that. But whatever, it happens. I guess she was a real moment, but I just wish it didn't happen like that, with how just so hard badass she's been. But this really, everyone's saying, well, this is a wonderful thing because now they'll make Becky face Ronda at WrestleMania. And not Charlotte. But I don't know, man. What if they still do Charlotte and Ronda?
Yeah, right?
Why? I mean, there's no point to it at this point.
Charlotte and AJ win the Rumble,
Yeah, aren't Charlotte and AJ are going to win the Rumble? Are going to be 30 in the Rumble?
It seems that way.
I think
well, it is that way, right?
It'd be more money to do Becky versus Ronda
Did they win
at Mania.
They won the mixed tag, right?
It's not, wait, hold on. I
not yet. It's not over yet. It's not over until TLC. So.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you said they won the other night. I thought you said they won the other night, Jake.
Yeah, they won that match.
One match.
Oh, I thought they won the whole thing.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. So we don't know. All right. Well, yeah.
No. They're the leading favorites.
Jesus Christ! I thought they won the other. I'm not even paying attention to it because I just can't even do it. But I wish it was. Something else.
Chapter 19: The Cornflakes and the Coffee Mug. Monday morning I just woke up after a long weekend of eating and farting on Skype calls with Joe and getting ready for my job at Wendy's, and I walk out my door and bloody kids called me fat and stole my mail.
They stole my mail.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
And the funny thing is, too, Joe, is that it wasn't even it's Team AJ and obviously Charlotte, but AJ didn't even fight. It was Jeff Hardy.
Right.
Stupid battle cow. Send her to tag with Fat Cass.
Oh my God, I saw those photos. I'm not one to talk because I'm a fat ass too, but jeez.
Yeah, but he was just in the WWE. It's like, wow, like whoa, what happened?
Yeah, like what? Like May?
Yeah. Getting fat then too.
No, it was later than that. It was July.
Javier Santana. What's up, Javier?
So let's say Becky gets stripped of the title. How would y'all set it up for the next champ to be crowned, and who would you give it to? And no crazy ideas because shock factor is out the window, man.
Shock factor is out the window. Javier Santana. I'm gonna assume WWE would go with like a fatal 4-way or something like that.
TLC match at the pay-per-view, and I'd give it to Asuka.
There you go. Oh, you think they do it at the pay-per-view?
Yeah, I mean, because that way you can have more people in the Rumble.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's probably it. And you give it to Asuka.
Super Chat Party.
Fresh matchups for the belt.
Steve Austin broke someone's neck with that in WCW.
Yeah, I meant to look that up.
So somebody paid him to do it back to him. That's what happened. Dorian Moore. Thank you, Dorian Moore. So I mean, I guess I'd go TLC too, but I don't know. Would you put the belt back on Charlotte just so when Becky comes back she can rebeat Charlotte for it again?
Not right away, because we've kind of already been there, done that. We've already seen a lot of matches with most of the SmackDown women with the belt on the line. With Asuka, you could at least sort of kind of have some fresher matches. I say sort of kind of because I don't even know what the... Oh, God.
Do you like steroids? Because I like steroids.
Allegedly.
I got steroids. You got steroids.
Allegedly.
I put the steroids in my veins. Put the steroids in my
Not
veins.
really me.
Put the steroids in my brain. Then I fucking go insane. Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal. I put the needle in my balls. Needle in my balls. Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal. I'm big as a motherfucking goddamn garbage truck.
So who do you think Roman will choose to meet using his Make-A-Wish? John Cena or The Rock? Do you think WWE will invite him backstage to meet some of the other wrestlers and get their autographs?
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Hate his mic skills but hope he beats it.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Deftones 22. What's up, Deftones? Oh my God, dude. That's funny though, but it's terrible. Oh my God, fucking. Yeah, at least he was kidding, man. At least he was kidding, man. Deftones.
Dude.
Yeah. Deftones, thanks, man.
Shit bomb.
Leave me alone. I got 10,000 turkeys, 1,000 pounds of Polynesian yams, 1,000 pounds of mashed potatoes and gravy to prepare for. Not to fix, but to eat.
Diabetes Jax. Oh my God, Diabetes Jax.
Oh man, I gotta give him for credit. That's clever.
This fucking the Joe Cronin Show audience is
savage.
Savage, man. You guys are savage as shit, dude. Where are you guys on Twitter? Come on Twitter with me. Help me fight these SJWs. Why aren't you on Twitter with me, everybody?
So, when is the Asuka and Ronda March then? Mania.
Yeah. What?
Ronda and Asuka?
Match.
Oh, the match. Yeah. Okay, I was like, a march? Is there a women's march? J-Card Wrestling. Thanks, man. I was really thinking, like, there's a march, man. There's like a crazy women's march I don't know about. It's like Dixie Carter's leading it. You didn't hear about it?
In New York.
Make sure if you want to call me on Skype that you add me as a contact on Skype first. Everybody calling on Skype, just FYI. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's see what else we got. We got probably something else coming in, then we'll...
Had no idea, but the Performance Center has a YouTube channel showing behind-the-scenes stuff at the WWE PC. Just FYI, guys, and also I second what the other donated said about Tommy. He is a homosexual.
Negro pot pie. Thank you. Negro pont pie.
The sexy you all.
Homosexual.
Homosexual.
And that name fucking I'm dead.
That was like the Clockwork Orange guy. Have you ever been or are you a homosexual?
Yeah.
Uncle Smoke, thanks for subbing to the channel, Uncle Smoke. What's up, man? Smoke me up right now. I'm
Uncle
fucking
Smoke,
dead.
Doesn't that sound like the fucking... get you like your first
Crazy
born.
to see how Becky became the biggest character thing in all of WWE right now. Love you, Joe.
Yeah, it's crazy. Captain Murda. What's up, Captain Murda? It's crazy how she has really catapulted. I mean, dude, even me, I wasn't even sold on her that much. Like, not that I'm not sold on her, but I wasn't even that excited even a few weeks ago. Even a few weeks ago, I was like, yeah, she's been doing a really good job, but I'm still not all in there. But that night, that attack the other night, and then her getting bloody, it's weird because the very thing that ruined her is the thing that made me go, that's it, I'm in, man. I can't wait for this shit. I'm ready. Make it the main event.
That promo she did, what, SmackDown prior to that
yeah.
Raw? That's what got me. I was like, damn, she fucking just went out there and just kind of commanded the whole place in really short and sweet.
And she went up against Ronda, who's
Jesse
got no...
is the fact that segment...
Chapter 20 Sweat and Chicken Grease. A couple of months ago was going to work out, so I did, and I was on the treadmill sweating running down my breast crying, and I fell off. I saw this woman with a bouncing booty, so I asked, can I stick it and lick it?
Oh my god. Tommy's journal on chapter 20.
Can I flip, stick, boom?
Flip, stick, rip off, boom. Man, we gotta...
What are you saying, Jake?
We gotta get all the fucking chapters together.
Fuck yeah, I got everyone's addresses, Mon! I got everyone's fucking addresses, Mon!
There will be no Lesnar Bryan match. It will be revealed that Bryan is a Paul Heyman guy. And Heyman will own both sides of the equation.
Daniel Bryan will lay down. Marshmaster D, thank you.
Could you imagine that's the next Brock match?
Yeah,
oh my god.
And then Daniel
would be pissed, but think about it. If he, it could be.
Dude, Daniel gets on the mic. He just goes, "You think I'm gonna face this guy for no reason? I'm the WWE World Champion. He's the Universal Champion. We both got paid tonight, and you all paid to see it. You're stupid. I'm the champion. Good night." And he just holds it up and leaves.
Now that would be epic. Think about it.
Hell yeah! Oh. First off, Bryan's heel turn at this moment was perfect for his character because he was doing out as a face, and also when he turns face again he will the biggest pop ever. Lastly, Nia Jax is the top 5 worst women wrestler currently in the WWE. #DVNCD.
The idea you guys just said could so happen, and they would even make it so where like the amount of time left on the pay-per-view, you'd be like, oh, this is just going to be a short match, fuck. And then it ends up there's no match. It's just you already got your
job.
But you still got fucking
AJ beat Dean with a nut shot in 2016.
AJ beat Dean with a nut shot in 2016. Yeah, lots
by the way,
lots of nut shots going on.
I found the match that Steve Austin broke. He broke Masahiro Chono's neck in 1992 in Japan. It was the exact same move. It was the pile driver.
Oh damn!
Really? Wow, that's crazy. It's like
exact same move.
And then he put a weird.
What a receipt.
She put a spell on him.
Yeah.
He probably put a spell on him.
They wrestled for another 2.5 minutes, it looks like, afterwards.
Down the line, the Sons of Time catch up with thee. Repeat.
Okay. Cody Rhodes was throwing
T
and chicken. Said stick it and lick it. She said get away from you, smell like horse shit. Then shit said she had a boyfriend, so I said I don't care, pull those shorts down so I can play find the rabbit hole. Then her BF broke me.
My God. Oh my
This book's
God.
getting interesting.
This
New
book
York
is
Times
amazing.
bestseller.
Dude, this would sell.
Now.
This would at least sell in our community here, I'll tell you that. By the way, what's up to everybody? Over 700 something watching out of nowhere tonight. Pretty good for a late start. We got Connor from OKFabe on YouTube, youtube.com/OKFaber. We got Jesse and Jake here. It's a fun night. We'll take some more calls in a minute. So what else is everyone thinking about? I've kind of spread I could go more on all this stuff, but I've kind of spread my ass open.
Well, I was saying to Jesse before, as good as, and as highly praised as the ending of Raw was, they lost 619,000 viewers at that point.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean, they started Raw with a 2.76 rating, and they ended up at a 2.14, so... Even with them ending at 11, sometimes the overrun doesn't hold on to as many viewers. So overall, the rating was a 2.45. They only gained 9,000 viewers.
Well, there was no overrun this Monday, right? This was the first.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even with them ending at 11, they still didn't retain, the viewers because they usually lose some with the overrun. SmackDown gained 11% this week due to the curiosity with what's going to happen with Becky and seeing her bleeding and all that. They're basically, focusing on that as the total increase. Last year, when the similar angle happened with SmackDown invading Raw, they saw a 15% increase. That was on the October 23rd show. So SmackDown had a 2.31 rating this week.
Jesus.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I would think it would go down. I just think it would go down everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, last week we got a 2.08 rating, so with it being a 2.31, that's not bad. And that's, an extra almost 300,000 viewers for SmackDown.
I really think Ryback's going to kill somebody soon.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think
he's lost his mind. So.
We're going to hear, former wrestler, I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be funny. I think he's going to... I told you I'm worried about this guy.
No, I'm just laughing that you just suddenly turned that, but I mean...
I just decided
not
to
let's talk about ratings, but...
Yeah, I want to talk about Ryback killing himself.
I'm looking forward
to... He's just lost it at this point. He's so volatile, it's ridiculous.
Should Nia be punished for this, Connor? What do you think? What do you think about all that?
Yeah, I think something needs to happen. I'm not saying she needs to get fired. Maybe... taken off TV and retrained a little bit or something. I don't know. I think
to other stars,
Yeah, I think they need to do something. I mean, shit, we've already sent Tyler Breeze and Luke Harper. Why not send Nia Jax down?
Dude, somebody said it's funny. They were like, it's funny because The Rock had the least threatening punch ever, the biggest worked punch ever, but was The Rock's. The Rock would just he would first of all, The Rock would open hand you. But then he would also open hand you on the top of your collarbone or neck. He would never even punch someone near the face.
At all.
And the guy's punches, he would drive them. You would think he was really chopping somebody. And it's dude, what are they doing nowadays? Why do some people have punches that are like that at all? What's going on right now in wrestling baffles me, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, I know I'm 34, but it's dude, when I went to wrestling school, the stuff I'm seeing on TV... you would have gotten your ass kicked for some of this stuff.
Yeah, they would have actually tooled you.
Maybe they need to bring back they need to bring back fucking Hugh Morris. Maybe they need to bring him back to NXT to beat the shit out of some people. That's what went wrong. Maybe since Matt Bloom has taken over, maybe this is your fault.
They got too sensitive and they're not smacking people around anymore.
Yeah, they're afraid to say stuff. Bring back the guy that was "What are you, a fucking retard?" When people did stuff wrong. Bring him back. Make people cry. What the fuck happened? 512's on the phone. What's up?
Hey man, I got one for you guys. Think about this. Since Shane O'Mac won the best in the world,
right,
in wrestling, right? Well, SmackDown is going to win Sunday because of that.
Oh, because he won the best in the world. So you think Shane's gonna win it? Didn't Shane win it too last year for them?
No, Raw won.
Oh no,
last year.
Shane didn't win it, but Shane was the last guy. Like whatever.
Yeah, Shane got
destroyed.
Braun was going to destroy him, and then Triple H tagged himself in and pedigreed the shit out of him.
I remember Braun caught Triple H. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I said. We never saw anything come from that either. We thought we would have seen for over a year now Braun go after Triple H for some form of retaliation. Now he's making deals with Stephanie. So,
I need to find that
clip. That's what I was thinking, because of him winning the best in the world of wrestling. That SmackDown is going to win. It's going to piss off his sister, and next pay-per-view or two, they're going to put the thing up for that. Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Hey.
What? Yeah, we're here.
I'm sorry, guys got quiet. It's like, huh?
Yeah, listening.
No, win the trophy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, oh yeah. So yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
No, I was listening. He said, I don't know.
Oh, I thought maybe I missed what he said. Did he complete a sentence? Like, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Shane already won the trophy. So what's gonna happen?
Put the World Cup trophy on the line.
He's gonna put it on the line against somebody.
Oh yeah, who knows? It might be Shane O'Mac versus somebody from some Big Shot for Raw. Braun Strowman.
I don't think he'll put that up at all.
You mean like he'll just call someone out and be like, "See what I did," whatever, and then he'll just put that on the line just for some reason?
No, because I think Stephanie's going to push this issue. I really do. I think she's going to push this issue, because after they lose Sunday, she's going to piss her off, and she's going to want some kind of revenge. Who knows?
No, I think if it was a big issue, they would have driven it home more in the last week when she was, or on Monday when she was on there.
Yeah.
But if they were gonna, if Team Raw ended up losing, she wouldn't end up going after the World Cup thing. I mean, shit, we haven't even seen the fucking trophy since the.
Yeah, she's gonna go after Braun if they lose.
Exactly.
And it's hard to envision them not winning on the Raw side again, just because they've got Braun already, reportedly facing Baron Corbin at TLC. So, and it makes sense with Braun saying, I get to pick the stipulation, because obviously there will be a stipulation at TLC. So that even more projects and sells that that's what the outcome's going to be. Just like they did with Daniel Bryan winning the title, they kind of let the cat out of the bag with that one.
Somebody said that Bolin mentioned me recently. Is that true? 913. Let me see what he says. It's got to be interesting.
That backward hat wearing motherfucker, banned for life.
There he is talking about me.
What?
I don't know. He's talking about me, man.
For life.
I heard he was talking about me recently.
Why?
So. He always does. I don't know.
He always likes to bring the show.
All I ever did was run into a technical issue with getting the show up on iTunes. Right? I don't know what happened. But now, yeah, I mean, we know Jim Cornette talks about me every once in a while, but I mean,
that piece of shit with Cornette, banned for life. That backward hat wearing motherfucker, banned for life. Me and host, huh?
Jason Marshall, banned for life?
Does he wear his hat backward? No, he
that was Jeff Lane, wasn't it? Who wore his hat
Jason Marshall.
He's running through all the people that he's burned a bridge with Kenny. Isn't it fucked up when he goes, that guy's banned for life? And then the new co-host that Kenny has, by the way, the new co-host, who'll probably be the old co-host faster than you can fucking say leukemia. It's going to be fucking...
It was a Joe Blow Cronin thinks he's fucking somebody.
Oh, okay.
We've said his name enough already.
All right.
I'm basically the only fucking reason he's got any fame at all anyway. He lives in a city of 14...
I'm the only reason he's got fame. This guy came to me when I had 40,000 subs.
More than that, actually.
What?
You had more than that then.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Bolin came to me when I had, 30-something, 40,000 subs. This guy's trying to say, I mean,
You didn't gain anything from him. Him being on the show helped nothing.
I gained
He didn't
0.
bring any audience at all whatsoever, and your audience was like, let's not have this.
You know what? Either way, even if that was true, that means the audience ended up going with me and leaving you. If that was the case,
yeah, exactly. But
that didn't. It didn't happen though. Yeah, there was nobody.
No, people
knew.
trolled him. The donations made fun of him.
Yeah,
and nobody
even knew who he was. He gained fans from me.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
What a dumb fuck, dude. I mean, Jesus, when you think this guy can't get any, how is he not dead yet?
Million people, and he gets all excited if he gets 5,000 views on a. I live in a city of basically 288,000 people. He lives in a city of 14 million.
Doesn't mean people are fucking watching you.
And he's on all fucking day begging people to fucking send him money. I ask people to send me money, but they never do. I wish I knew his talents. I should come to a peace treaty.
Is he burying you or praising you? I can't tell what he's doing.
He's trying to insult you, but he's jealous.
What the fuck is that?
I ask people to send me money, but they don't because I'm fucking
jealous of his talents.
Handicapped.
What?
Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna fucking die, dude.
Treaty with Joe Cronin and find out how he gets all these marks up in New York to send him money. I should come to a
New
peace
York.
treaty.
Listen to what he says.
Begging people to fucking send him money. I ask people to send me money, but they never do. I wish I knew his talents. I should come to a peace treaty with Joe Cronin and find out how he gets all these marks up in New York to send him money. Because I sure as shit ain't figured it out. I try to put on quality television. I try to put quality podcasts on. I try to give them good hosts that do, I hate to say as they're told, but as I ask. But I don't seem to have one of those. What shirt you wearing tonight? Go ahead and show it.
Oh my
you're
god!
You're not allowed to open your mouth. You're not allowed to interject. Oh my god! You just better follow and do as you're told, boy.
Well, not you, Joe, because you're banned for life.
Yeah, right. How's he gonna do this? How's he gonna learn from me if he's banned for life? If I'm banned for life.
You would think that, like, even if you guys didn't get along, but if he sees that you're being successful, to try to work with you and try to get some sort, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any.
Well, I mean,
I just love how he just go to insult you and then instantly went to compliment you in like one breath.
So what happened was he comes on, he does the show with me, he's praising me, I'm praising him, and we're having a good time. And yeah, he just needs someone to run the shit for me at the time. Now he's a little smarter, but at the time he didn't really know what he was doing. And he's his longtime co-host that really loved him. He had bad equipment, and that was a big reason why he wanted to get rid of him. And then come to find out, he's had like 6 co-hosts, before that. So I put him on, and Kenny tells me that our first. Well, he comes on for an interview first, and then he reaches out. Hey, let's work together. I want to bring my show, and you could host it on your channel and put it up on iTunes.
I think it was on with you on the first time he was on your channel.
You might have, yeah. The first time he was on, you were here.
Yeah.
When we did his relaunch of his show,
the bowling alley,
I uploaded that podcast to iTunes with Jim Cornette. It was me, Jim Cornette, and Kenny.
Yeah, season 11, episode 1 got 18,000 views live. We get more on a fucking pay-per-view review or even a Raw review than that.
No, it did really well because I marketed it everywhere and I promoted it everywhere.
But that's my point. You had to go out of your way. It wasn't like he had some, huge influx of an audience that was ravaging to find Kenny Bowen's new show. Yeah. He didn't have basically a set group of fans that were coming to watch him. It was your fans. It was your doing. It was your marketing. Not to bark up your tree, but you did all the fucking work. And didn't you pay out of your pocket for like Facebook ads and things like that?
Yeah, I did all kinds. I rolled out the carpet because I knew that we were going to have a connection to. I was going to have a connection to him and Cornette, and Cornette remembered me. He didn't remember me 5 weeks later. So what happened was I put up the podcast of the Cornette thing. Of me, him, and Cornette, and I put up the other podcast. So 2 podcasts went up to iTunes, and then something happened on the iTunes between Podbean and iTunes where they weren't syncing together. And the Rico, we did the podcast with Rico. It was amazing. It was wonderful. Rico was so nice to me, and we were trying to help him out, to help him raise more money and stuff like that. Rico would go on Jericho's podcast before he came on with Bolin. So, because originally he was going to come on with Bolin and us, but then when Jericho said that he was going to have Rico on, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we said, well, Jericho, we're not going to, jump on Jericho's feet. We want Chris to interview him I think first or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, so then that podcast didn't go up on iTunes for like 3 weeks. It took 3 weeks. And in that time, Bolin, I guess, became frustrated that I didn't get it up on iTunes. And he had basically decided to get rid of me. But I didn't know that. And up until this time, we were always kind of friendly. Like, oh, you know, great to whatever. Also around this time, his, like, family started, like, painting me as a Trump person. When they were I'm not.
You for being like a
they were saying I was a Republican. I'm like, I'm not. I've only ever voted Democrat, number one. But even if I am, so what? So then the fact that
you're talking wrestling, not politics.
Well, right, and I'm like, why are they getting into politics? But like I don't know, those people over there, and they were getting really mad at me and shit. And so I started doing stuff on purpose then because of it. But at that point, he'd already talked shit about me and said, I'm getting a new co-host again. Then he got a new co-host. Then that guy left in 4 weeks. And that's when then they slandered me on Jim Cornette's show, saying that I stole all this money to sit in the front row at WWE. Meanwhile, we know WWE gave me the tickets and all these other things. And like, you can prove everything. And it's just, they slandered me. And so like, that's all that happened. This is the one, I will say, this is one of the bridges that I had almost nothing to do with on the burning. Like, if I can say anything, like, if you want to say that perhaps I was halfway or mostly at fault for JD, fine. If you want to say that, fine. If you want to say that I was at fault for my previous co-host before that, fine. If you want to say that I'm at fault for JB, fine. If you want to say that I'm at fault for all those things, fine. But him, it is there. I was shocked by what was happening. I was like, what is going on? Why does this guy hate me all of a sudden? And
I had a similar issue with when I was Bailey's producer, trying to get things on the Podbean and iTunes, because you need to get an RSS feed set up before they'll accept it.
Right.
And if you're starting out as a new feed, they have to have a manual approval process go through for you to upload the podcasts. So anytime you start a new RSS feed, you have to wait for them to manually approve your show, basically. And then if the manual approval goes through, all right, that's one step, but then they have to actually add it to their servers before it goes live, publicly.
Right.
And that can take, once the feed gets added, because it's just a URL, you're uploading it, on your own. But once the URL goes through, that can take anywhere from 2 to 14 days at times. So it's not like you were sitting on your hands and not doing anything. You're at the whim of iTunes and these other, sound apps.
I figured out what the problem was, but it was too late. By the time I figured out what the problem was, he had already basically gone on and everything. And a lot of it is...
And now he gets a proud 648 views a video. So
I think a lot of what Kenny does is a work. He's kind of like me in the sense that he will talk major shit about people to just to kind of like use the drama for entertainment. He's old school, and I think I'm similar. I think sometimes people wonder why I go into people like I do sometimes, and deep down it's kind of a work. I'm joking, but I think at some point with him I kind of felt like, I don't think he's kidding. I think this guy really hates me. Like, I don't know why, because I would help him. Like, I've never said I won't help you or whatever, but he treats it as if he helped me, and it's like, I'm just very confused by the whole thing. I just don't quite get where his heat comes from. I can see why so many other people don't like me, but with him, I'm pretty confused about the whole thing. Let's see what else he says.
It says Super Friends.
Super Friends.
His co-host seems to not want to get into the drama.
How much money Super Friends paying you? And for life always comes first. Now I'm starting to sound like Donald Trump. But I'm not the president, and this ain't the fucking White House.
Maybe that's why he thought of me. He started
a goddamn podcast that I've been running for 15 years. Fucking Harry Burnett, who I've had to ban from my life. I've had to block him because he's been doing some stupid shit.
Oh, there's another one.
That's, Harry Burnett. Now, Harry is the guy who was his co-host for like 7 years or something from England, and he's the guy who just loved Kenny. By the way, he is creepy, that Harry guy. Because he was going at me and weird, following me on Facebook and weird shit. But, he's like a super fan, I guess, of Kenny. And so I guess he resented me because I was the new co-host or whatever, I guess. So I guess I understand. But
trying to fuck with my family, which I don't take too kindly to.
Oh, my God. Now Henry's trying to fuck with his family. This was his co-host. He loved him. What happened?
I don't give a goddamn if he is in England. And whenever my family's ready to talk about it, we will or we won't, because we're not going to give him any attention. And I swear to God, if he's in this room, I'll fire you right now. If you see him,
I blocked him 3 weeks ago.
You better have blocked him. Because you can have him on Ringside Podcast.
This guy burns more bridges than I wish I could burn the bridges Kenny has burned.
That's all you want. And then when I hear about that, I'm still going to be pissed. I don't want the motherfucker near my life or my people. He's a fucking idiot. So we'll get into that another day. At least you know where I stand on that motherfucker. So even my 5-year host has gotten banned for life status from me.
Oh, 5-year host, not 7. Sorry.
Jeff Lane, banned for life.
This guy banned Jeff Lane. He's banned Jeff Lane. Because Jeff called on his bullshit. Jeff called him on his bullshit. So he's banned Jeff Lane. He's banned his 5-year.
By the way, banned from what specifically? His show?
From his show, yeah. As if people watch it, but yeah.
I'm gonna have trouble sleeping at night now.
Dude, Jeff Lane. Who cares anyway? Jeff, like, does anyone even know who Jeff Lane is? I mean,
I know who he is.
Well, shut up.
No clue in the world.
But I mean, that's different.
Yeah, no, I know.
We have no idea.
That piece of shit with Cornette, banned for life. That backward hat wearing motherfucker, banned for life. Me and host,
Marshall, Jason Marshall, banned for life.
Does he wear his hat backward? No, he.
That was Jeff Lane, wasn't it? Who wore his hat?
Jason Marshall. That was a Joe Blow Cronin thinks he's fucking somebody.
Oh, okay.
Man, he really is bitter about me.
Big time.
Why is he so bitter about me? It's so weird. He's really
Joe. He just said why. Play the rest of the clip.
Oh yeah, right. He said it with such sadness.
Yeah, listen.
With sadness.
Name enough already.
All right.
I'm basically the only fucking reason he's got any fame at all anyway. He lives in a city of 14 million people, and he gets all excited if he gets 5,000 views.
Oh, wait, did you just say
I live in a city of
14 million people?
14 million people, yeah.
In a city.
He thinks you live in New York City. That's why.
He thinks I'm from New York,
He thinks you live in New York City.
He thinks you live in New York City, bruh.
Let him keep thinking I'm living in New York, I guess. I don't know.
Are we listening to JD or Bolin with all the people that they bench and block? My God.
Yeah, well, I mean, he really does burn these bridges, man. Like with me, he got nothing.
I saw it firsthand when he was fucking.
He's got nothing to worry about me. Like I'm not gonna do what that psycho Harry, whatever the hell, did. Like
I don't feel as bad unfriending Bolin then.
No,
dude, it's a weird situation.
I wonder if he follows.
He blocked me. They all blocked me. That's why Cornette blocked me right away. Cornette blocked me.
He was friends with me on my personal Facebook, and then I just unfriended him.
Well, he's a psycho. Anyway, let's move.
Smart.
What else do we got? Anybody got news?
Right here, Joe. This is good. Joe Compton reached out to us.
What's up, Joe?
The Survivor Series elimination match. For Raw, we've got Natalya, Mickie James, Nia friggin' Jax, Tamina, and Ruby Riott. And then on SmackDown, we have Carmella, Naomi, Asuka, Sonya Deville, and to be announced because Charlotte is, obviously taking over Becky's place. So who are they going to have in the women's SmackDown side? Who's going to be the 5th member?
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm not sure at this point in time who they would actually ask to go ahead. I thought that they
Dana
would,
Brooke.
You think they'll bring her from Raw?
I don't know.
No, if it's not, Mandy or Lana, this would be a good situation for them to use like Nikki Cross or somebody in that nature.
I think Mandy gets called up and then gets the spot, and then she gets eliminated like in 5 seconds.
Yeah, because Mandy did come out and put on a decent promo saying how she was pissed that there was no qualification, match to get into the team.
Right.
And that she thought it was unfair.
5 women in the fucking division.
Yeah, she thought it was unfair that Sonya got in. And just to note, too, when they had all the women out there, Nikki Cross wasn't out with the rest of the women for SmackDown. So that was a one-time thing, and she's not been called up by Yes yet. Because we weren't sure. We kept saying, is she, was that an actual call-up, or was she just there because they were over in the UK? They did it before with Pete Dunne on Raw. So was this just a one-off thing? And it seems to be just a one-off thing because she wasn't on SmackDown this week. And on top of it, she wasn't out there representing the rest of the women's roster. And she didn't help attack the Raw women's roster. So,
right.
So that pretty much answers our question that it was just a one-time thing with Nikki Cross. But I think she would be a good addition to the women's team. But it'll probably be Mandy. Mandy Rose. So
Mandy Rose.
Also, Arthur Reyes let us know that they have Pyro on the European tour right now. They're using Pyro for their entire European tour. And it's not like the big to-do Pyro. It's like the small, almost like the sparklers that they use. But still, it's something for the house show.
It's the European conversion, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But for most of the wrestlers, like even Lana and Rusev come out, and they've got like, you know, the small Pyros going off and things like that. So...
Wow,
I really wish they would, even if they had it on a small scale where you don't have everybody having, you know, the huge display of pyrotechnics.
Or just pay-per-views, just the fucking main show, like the events.
Yeah,
why aren't they on
like you said, just Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, you know, every time they have a pay-per-view, that would be great. It sucks that it's just Crown Jewel and Greatest Royal Rumble and Super Showdown, you know, stuff like that. That stuff makes me furious.
Yeah, I don't get it, man.
You figure, yeah, so AJ Styles doesn't have a match. Dean Ambrose isn't part of any matches. Randy Orton isn't part of any matches.
But Dean and Randy make sense, though. Well,
yeah,
sort of.
They sort of make sense, you know, and same thing, you know, now we know with AJ, obviously, but it's just, are we going to see any straight-up finishes Sunday? I mean, there's a lot.
Probably not.
Brock and Daniel, I don't foresee that going down to a clean finish. If... Either Ronda's going to beat Charlotte clean or Nia Jax is going to interfere. The men's match is going to have some form of, you know, fuckery going on.
Well, Nia,
sure.
I thought Nia and Tamina, were going to interfere originally, so you think they still will on Charlotte. And then that could set up, dude, that unfortunately sets up a tag team match when Becky comes back.
Ugh.
Like, seriously, like if...
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too.
Oh, my God, no.
I think they would just attack Ronda because Ronda's facing Nia at TLC.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I take that back. Then you're right. That would not set up that. I'm ridiculous. See, you're
not ridiculous because you could see them both being like, oh, now Ronda and Charlotte have to work together to take down. You know, they've done that kind of thing before.
Yeah, but they're not on the same show, so that's where I messed up.
You never know with them; they're finicky like that. And then you have Seth Rollins and Nakamura. Likely Dean's going to get involved because Dean and Seth have a match at TLC.
Yep.
AOP in the bar could be good.
By the way, I just want to, on the Dean thing, I just love the fact that Renee Young doesn't know shit about what's going on commentary.
She's like,
I love how they ask her every week. They're like, you're married to him. How do you not know anything? She's like, I don't know. This is his battle to fight. I'm just laughing my ass off at that every fucking week.
It's like, it's bizarre. It's like, why they even either no-sell it or completely go into it or... But I guess, like, it makes sense. Like, Renee, what's going on? She's like, I don't know.
But why would... But why? If it just, like... You know, I don't know. Maybe it just feels stupid to me. Like, why bring it up then?
I don't even. Yeah, it just makes things weird. And then she's bizarre on commentary anyway, so it's like.
Yeah, she already has enough time. She already has a hard time as it is. I mean,
what's going on at home, Renee?
Her commentary is.
I don't know.
He beats me.
I wish they could go with that abusive angle, or even like
emotionally
and not physically, but like emotionally. And
you're a fucking weirdo, man. Like
think about it, because Dean snapped, and now he's like, you know, he doesn't let me out of the house, and he just makes me sit there, and he doesn't talk. He just stares at me, and anytime I go to move, he growls. You know, like
everything's been great except the rape. Oh, it's like. Hey, by the way, Broken Lion's on the phone. He just became a mega patron. What's up, Broken Lion?
God.
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
What's up, man? How you
referred
doing?
to as a broken sex machine before. That's quite the friggin' honor.
Yeah. Thanks for the thanks for the Patreon increase. That was crazy, man. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, no problem. I figured since I won't be donating like a lot, I figured I'd, do it on my Patreon. But I got a question, and then I'm gonna ask it, and I want to know what you guys think, and I'm gonna hang up afterwards. I gotta get back working for the man.
Oh yeah, sorry, fucking goddamn. Man.
Anyways, so what do you guys think of this? So Shawn Michaels wins the Rumble, Undertaker wins the WWE Championship, whether it's Royal Rumble, and then after, so then at WrestleMania, they it's a retirement match. So then Shawn Michaels
Undertaker beats Daniel Bryan for the title, and then he goes ahead and takes on Shawn Michaels for career versus belt.
Yeah, and then Shawn Michaels wins, retires Undertaker. Shawn Michaels wins the belt. And at SummerSlam, it will be Shawn Michaels versus AJ. And that'll be Shawn Michaels' last match. What do you think of that? Have a great show, Joe.
Thanks, Broken Line. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Now I've got my 6 inches.
He just fucking did a fantasy booking for a year, then moaned and dropped the call.
Fucking A. I mean, that's a hell of a fantasy book. If you think about that, if they were a little bit better in health, that would be fucking fun.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at like, you do that, boom, that, boom, that, boom, that, boom. AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam, drop night, boom.
Oh my God. Like, dude, I'll tell you what, I'm so bored with everything now. Like, I would.
That's why I've been playing 2K19 so much.
Well, I can't tell if what he just said was the most ridiculous thing ever, or if that's awesome. Yeah. Because Shawn is awesome, dude. Look at what he did at that main event.
Yeah, he killed himself to make it as entertaining as possible.
Oh, dude, look at 6. How old is he? 50 what? 56? 56 or something? 56-year-old Shawn Michaels. 53 maybe. 53-year-old Shawn Michaels is coming out to Sexy Boy with a bald head at 53 years. 53, yeah. A 53-year-old man is walking out to a ring where they pretend to fight and coming out to a song called Sexy Boy with bald hair, with bald head, and he outperformed everybody else in the whole thing. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, I'll be
right back. I'm going to get my breathalyzer real quick and fix my throat.
I mean, that is nuts, though. As cool as it would be to see those types of things, because The Undertaker, I think, needs to retire at this point. I mean, I don't know how much more they can drag him out there for these matches. They're hard to watch at this point.
If you guys are complaining about Brock Lesnar having the championship for so long and not being on TV, heaven forbid Taker breaks a fucking hip.
Oh, I know.
And I'm not saying that to be like an old joke. I mean, the guy has a fucking titanium fucking hip.
Exactly. And, he's got rods up his ass.
Adamantium.
Adamantium.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Speaking of healing, Triple H posted a bit of an update. He said, I had surgery a week ago. Everything's feeling good. I'm using an immobilizer now, and I'm on the road to recovery. It's just rehab.
Yeah, I'll be back.
He says the machine doesn't stop. It's business as usual. I'm preparing for NXT TakeOver. He's heading to Los Angeles. So
yeah, that was the NXT TakeOver press conference. I might have snuck my way onto that.
Ooh,
yeah, they're fun.
Really?
You don't really miss much, to be honest with you, compared to what you hear that's released. So. But they're kind of cool though. It's just weird to hear them on the other line. But speaking of cool, which, I'm pumped for fucking War Games. I am pumped. I am as well. I'm glad they brought it back last year. The last year match was kind of weird because I don't think any of us knew what to expect. They fucking killed it. I love the concept of War Games. You know me, I'm the old school fan. So to have this come back with the full Undisputed Era team, the whole fucking card looks great. No, we did.
We did.
Roderick Strong didn't join until New Orleans.
I thought Fish. Oh no, he was there. He was. That's right.
Injured yet? Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't. I always think that he was injured at that point.
But now it's all 4 members of Undisputed Era, and then you have War Raiders because, of course, me and Joe are happy because Hanson's in there. Yeah. Ricochet and Pete Dunne.
I can't wait to see what Ricochet and Pete Dunne do inside the freaking War Games.
Oh, Ricochet's going to do something stupid off the top of the cage.
Oh, I cannot wait. Who got the advantage from? I didn't see tonight.
Undisputed Era did.
Okay, so what is there?
Every single War Games in history that's been 2 teams against each other, the heels always got the advantage. Always.
Yeah. What did they get for the advantage though?
They get the next person in.
Okay, all right. So that's
so it's two start off, and then the next person comes in. So the next person is going to be an Undisputed Era member.
All right, because I wasn't sure if they were doing that again this year, or because I had heard something different with one of the tapings, but I guess that wasn't it. So I want to make sure. Yeah, then we got Ciampa and Velveteen. That's
going to be interesting.
As well. Gargano and Aleister Black.
You see that there's just the 4 matches. 4 matches, baby.
That's it. 4 matches. Bip, bam, boom, done. And the only one I'm not thrilled with is Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. But it's 2 out of 3 falls. I guarantee it'll be really good.
To be honest with you, I was never big on them when their Mae Young Classic match they had last year. I thought was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And then as they progressed, especially Shayna, I started becoming more and more fans of it. And then they did the match at Brooklyn 4. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah, they had a good showing there. I'm just not big on Kairi Sane.
Well, they haven't really featured much on NXT.
Yeah, I don't care for the pirate gimmick, and she's not a bad wrestler by any means. She's just not someone that I adore at this point. So
wow, you don't care for her, man?
She's really good. I mean, I just personally am not like.
Man, doesn't Kairi Sane wants Renee Young to be domestically violent? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is
Darkside's coming out tonight.
The weird thing is I don't like Shayna Baszler. I think she's boring, but
I can see that. But a lot of people
character-wise,
aren't crazy with the UFC,
when she talks, she sounds like a little boy or something. It's weird when she talks, but
it's like fucking Lesnar talking.
Yeah, exactly like Lesnar. But here's the thing: the two of them together, though, I don't know why, because I thought they weren't going to be good the last time, and then they were. So I don't know. I'm ready to see what they do, because last time they were pretty surprising to me. So, and Triple H said he loved the match. I know earlier he did the conference calls, all came out for Triple H. And he just said he loves the matches they've had, so we'll see.
And they have such a contrasting style. I think that's what makes it more exciting.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a bad match.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I say that. That's the one I'm looking forward to the least out of everything, which is surprising because usually the women's matches is higher up for me.
They're having 4 matches because, I mean, honestly, with the whole cage and everything else, I mean, basically it seems to me like NXT is gonna be the same time, so the same time limit as same duration as the other shows, but because of the whole War Games aspect, it takes so much time, so you knock one match off, so you have 4 matches. And Triple H explained on his conference call earlier today that they just didn't want any lag in the audience. They wanted always to display excitement or whatever, and sort of just to have always be people always interested. They didn't want to be worrying about when's the the slow match happening, when's this thing, no, he just wants it all go. And it wasn't exactly what he said, but
yeah, high octane through and through.
That was kind of the basic idea of what he said. I don't 100% remember it all. If I can pull up the clip of him saying it, I might be able to actually, and we'll listen to it real quick. But let's go back to before I play donations for a second, let's go back to Bryan Alvarez freaking out overnight.
T-shirts, he blew out his own knee.
He's still screaming.
Obviously, in wrestling, injuries are going to happen. But you know what? The injuries are supposed to be things you messed up and you hurt yourself. We have this business today where everybody's hurting everybody. Why is everybody giving everybody concussions? I never gave anybody a concussion. I never saw Bret Hart give anybody a concussion. Sean, there's plenty of guys in their entire careers have never, in way more matches than I ever had, have never hurt anybody or given anybody a concussion. Okay? So when I see somebody that's going out there and in 2 years or 3 years or whatever have hurt like 6 people,
he's fucking.
then I have every right.
6 people. Like, he's going off on one of my rants. I enjoy rants.
Whether I wrestled or not, to say, you know what, that person probably should go back to developmental because they need to learn how to work. I have every right to say that. Mike has every right to say that. Dave has every right to say that. And my whole point is, it is not inevitable that in this business, wrestlers are going to go out and hurt each other.
By the way, who has really ever gone back to developmental? I mean, besides red hair. Right?
No
I mean, has anyone
they
ever...
sent Big Show back down.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
that's true.
Right.
And they sent him down to our friend Kenny at OVW.
Yeah, OVW, yeah.
Joe Blow Cronin. They sent him down to Kenny. That's funny. Yeah, but
they sent Dolph Ziggler back.
Yeah,
he got reworked because he was part of the Spirit Squad, and then they reworked him into Dolph.
Okay, I guess the question is
there's been a few more
recently. I guess the question is recently who have they sent back down? But it's just red hair. I mean, the last 5 years. Yeah,
even Marie.
Marie's it.
They sent back down,
and she because she
Tyler
couldn't wrestle
Breeze
at
went
all.
Back down for a little bit.
But Eva Marie couldn't wrestle at all. She was not a wrestler at all. So they sent her down to really get trained for the first time because she'd never been a wrestler.
Yeah, even Brian Kendrick couldn't fix that.
Yeah,
she started to improve a little bit, but not.
She did, but
not enough. She was basically going to be forced into that topless gimmick to the end of time. Which surprisingly, that was, like, I didn't hate that. That worked.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, it was so over the top ridiculous that Eva Marie suffered a wardrobe malfunction. But
she's in traffic.
Yeah, but honestly, I know there's a few others, but there's been a few. But as far as recent, no, not as many.
They're never going to send Nia Jax down.
Nia's not. No, she won't go back down. But take her off TV. Then don't give her the title match. They wouldn't give Braun.
But that's
the title,
the thing, man.
From what we've heard, because he had, you know, sour attitude and you know, leaving early and not staying.
They're going to give her more.
Showing up late.
But that's the thing, is they're going to give her more. People, I swear to God to you all, they're going to give her more now. She's literally going to get rewarded for this. They're going to say, wow, she's got so much heat. Let's use this. Let's go with this.
They're going to capitalize on it.
Oh, my God. She's going to become a heel, like, even more. And just recently, what was it, WrestleMania? Well, I guess that's not recently, but she just had that whole, like, oh, my God, I did it.
Yeah, that crying.
And that's my whole fucking... That's my whole fucking aggravation with her, is that they don't know what the fuck they want to do with her as far as a fucking character.
Yeah.
She went from being a bully to a victim of a bully, back to being a bully, back to being a babyface. Now this shit.
Now she's bullying, and then she was bullying Grimm's Toy Show on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because he bullied her.
The Nia Fat joke that he makes with the wrestling figures.
They bullied each other.
You're a bad example for your daughter.
By the way,
you stupid cunt.
You'll never have a daughter, you big... No, what? I'm sorry.
Sorry, I just saw this.
You can share Roman's daughter when he comes over at Thanksgiving.
That's a KFC baby.
Damn.
Oh my God! What the fuck? What the fuck?
What's with Jake tonight?
Jake said that. Everybody, not me. That was not me. What? I'm sorry, Connor.
I was just gonna say, someone said on Twitter, Miz was right about Bryan the whole time.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, who would trust this guy?" and everything. What do they do now? They got to heel Bryan and a heel Miz, kind of like
they had said that they wanted to flip Miz at one point, but they never went with it. So,
well, there's still a chance.
There is a chance now, and certainly, like you said, that is a funny ass thing to think of, that the Miz was right.
Yeah,
and apparently, you know, Daniel Bryan's been going off for a while, saying he wanted to be heel, and Vince has been against it. And finally, Vince was like, "Okay, I guess." So,
dude, that look on his face when he won the belt, like that creepy look,
was perfect.
When he looked up, like, this look is hilarious to me.
Yeah, it says right here from Wrestling Observer, Daniel Bryan himself had been pitching to turn heel for over a month now. He pitched it to Vince directly, who finally agreed. Meltzer also mentioned that the title change was decided this past weekend, and Vince also didn't want to spread the events out, so he made the heel turn and title change one night. And Bryan felt that his comeback run was a bit underwhelming and his character was stale.
It's true.
And it worked out quite well in his favor, I feel. So,
I mean, I can't remember who said it, but someone said all the feel-good moments of Daniel Bryan as a babyface are pretty much done. And I'm like, shit, when you put it that way, you're right.
Yeah, what are you going to get? You know, he did the main event of WrestleMania winning, and he did the, you know...
Well, the yes chance,
the Rumble.
There was a time where even when he was injured for at least 2 years, the yes chants were the loudest cheered for thing, even with him not being able to wrestle. So I just kept saying, when this guy comes back, it's gold. When this guy comes back, oh my God, he's gonna outdo everybody. That's how sad the company is right now. That the guy that's can't even wrestle, when he comes back, then he comes back.
And it just went as smooth as a Nia Jax shoulder breaker.
It was just kind of like, oh, so cool. But once we found the news, it was like, wow, the news. And then once he was wrestling, it wasn't even like you were amazed. Like it wasn't the same. Like when Shawn Michaels came back at SummerSlam, I felt like, whoa, holy fuck, Shawn Michaels is wrestling. Like, but we should have felt more like that with Daniel Bryan.
Well, we were initially when he announced that he was able to return. That night, I kept saying, "Oh my God!" When he took on Owens and Sami Zayn, and he started doing the corner kicks and stuff. I was like, "Oh my God! I wish they didn't tell us that he was cleared."
Yeah.
Because once he laid hands on both of them, I lost my fucking mind. I was like, "This is great," and then nothing happened. Like you said, And even as a GM role, he was still so over with the fans and still, one of the top bills without actually being booked. And
I think he's a less is more kind of scenario.
Yeah, they really they threw him into just medium hot feuds and big casts. They just didn't know what to do with him. That's the problem.
Well, not just that. I was kind of shocked they had him wrestle on TV.
Yeah,
I thought they would keep him on just pay-per-views and shit, and then slowly integrate him back. But
you're right; they just threw him back into the fold, and they had no real plan for him, so he just was out there.
How about
he went and then he did the thing with Shane and the tag match and all that stuff, and it was like Shane's ego comes out.
What about Daniel Bryan versus Teacher? Shawn Michaels and Daniel Bryan. That can happen. I want to see that. I'm selfish.
No, you're not selfish. That's always been high on my list. I would kill to see that.
And then Sean can take on Jose Lothario from
not anymore.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Amazing that Jose Lothario, man. If people haven't seen him, go look up his match. It's too bad he died. What was it, a week ago now that he's died? 6 days ago.
So, yeah.
So I mean, rest in peace to him. I always heard that he didn't really train Sean for long, but he trained him pretty quickly.
Trained him enough.
Yeah, I guess he trained him.
Apparently, he was influential enough to make him such a prodigy.
Well, I mean, Sean moved up the ranks so quick because I think Jose Lothario was like, "Damn, you're pretty good now. Go for it." Like within 6 months, Sean was done training with him and was working. Where did Sean get hired first? I don't know. It was Bill Watts?
AWA.
AWA, yeah, probably.
Well,
no,
that was the big one. Well, that was the big one.
No, it wasn't AWA. It wasn't Mid South. Was it Mid South? I don't remember where Sean originally.
I gotta double check. I just talked about this recently too. It says National Wrestling Alliance, so NWA. Yeah.
He started the NWA, then he did something in between,
and then he did Texas All Star Wrestling.
That was it, and then he went to
and
AWA.
then American, then AWA, and then the WWF.
Okay,
and then he returned to AWA.
After that bar fight that he was accused of.
Yeah, that was when he was with Jannetty, so that was during the tag team.
Yep.
And then the Rockers.
For anybody who doesn't know, obviously you don't. A lot of you don't. A lot of you do though, because a lot of our listeners are my age and our age. But for the 40%, 30% that aren't our age, I think we can say that, Sean and Jannetty were the Young Bucks of the time.
Yes,
because when the Hardys came up, you said, "Oh, the Hardys are the new Rockers." And when the Young Bucks came out, a lot of people said, "Oh, the Young Bucks are the new Hardys." So, there you go. So, Young Bucks, Hardys, Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Jannetty. Shawn Michaels and Jannetty got so much press doing their stuff throughout the territories that they eventually got the tryout and they got hired by WWF, WWE, and then they blew it because they were so fucking party animal that they kind of fucking blew it. They got fired, and then they got brought back eventually. But they were definitely, that was like the absolute sort of Young Bucks of the time. And probably, and it's kind of comparable too, because somebody could say, well, it's not comparable because now the Young Bucks don't sign with WWE because they're so profitable as an independent act. But at that time, the territories still existed, so people were still getting paid pretty good because territories did fairly well. What would you say? I wonder about this. And I'm going to say that I think I know the answer in my head, but who do you think got paid more? The guy, the Rockers working for AWA and all those territories, or the Young Bucks right now?
I would say the Bucks.
I agree. I think it's the Bucks.
You think so?
Yeah, because there's more opportunities for revenue now than there were then.
And that's why I think
see, if you're considering merchandise and stuff like
whatever.
That, is that what you're counting?
It don't matter. I'm counting money. It comes in, it's money. I don't care where it comes from.
All right, then yeah.
because here's the thing. If you go back to that time, it explains why, guys like the Rockers would want to be hired by WWF. Like please get us, these other companies are paying us decent, but the WWF must have been real money at the time, because that's why the Young Bucks would have, turned down the WWE multiple times, because they're probably making similar money. You know what I mean? I don't know what the money is. I'm not sure. But I just know that it's different. They don't need the WWE, which is weird because if this was, 2005, if this was 2006 or 5, the Young Bucks would really, really want to be in the WWE because they wouldn't have this juggernaut of independent wrestling right now. And WWE was still kind of fire at that time. But yet WWE still kind of paid people less. In 2005, I want to say that WWE paid their mid-carders less than what they pay them now. I don't know that 100%, but I just believe that all the salaries in WWE are the mid-card to upper mid-card and top-tier people are making more money than they've ever made. But the lower mid-card people are maybe still chugging away with a lower salary. Like some women, it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't Vicky Guerrero making $60,000 a year?
Yeah, I think she was making. I feel like the lower card gets like 5 figures, mid card gets 6.
Yeah,
and the top tier.
Like, Sasha at one point was making like 120,000. I think we said. And,
yeah, now she's making like 250, right?
Yeah, I think it went up. But even still, when you look at like certain male counterparts that came up at the same time, they were making 600,000. So
you're making, yeah, right, exactly. So if you're Sasha, though, if you're like somebody like that, you know what I mean? If you're like Kurt Hawkins, I don't know what he makes. He probably makes 80. I don't know what he makes, between 80 to 120, probably 80. Maybe Kurt Hawkins makes because he doesn't make a ton of appearances. But then
I'm finding out right now.
Then you're contracted to be there.
To 80.
He makes $120,000.
Okay, so that's not bad.
So allegedly, this is all according to this site, but
I bet he would. And then he's still allowed to run his wrestling school. You know, but he. I don't.
That's just salary though. That's not. I mean, and we know certain people get their, their bonuses and whatnot.
Yeah, so
AJ only gets $2 million, but he also gets a bunch of extras. Like anytime he headlines a pay-per-view, he gets direct revenue and.
Whoa, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, like he gets a 5% off the top. I think it is.
Did you say headline a pay-per-view?
Yeah, he's done quite a few times for SmackDown shows.
Is that why he's on the mid card of the shows every time? Did we just figure out why AJ Styles doesn't?
Yep.
Wait a minute. Read that again. Holy shit! Read that again. Can you read that again? Read that again.
For it says
AJ.
Well, this is for all the bonuses. He gets $2 million despite being WWE champion, and then he gets certain bonuses for headlining pay-per-views.
Wow.
Like John Cena gets direct merchandise percentages too. I'm trying to find a better.
Yeah,
this is not worded properly. Like Big Show gets $500,000. Not Big Show. Brock Lesnar gets $500,000 when he's in a main event. He also gets $100,000 from merchandise sales.
See, for a guy like Kurt Hawkins, if he's doing independent shows, and he's trying to get booked around the country, that's why this WWE for him is great. It's perfect because for Kurt Hawkins, if he gets booked, 3 times a week, say Kurt Hawkins gets booked 3 times a week, anywhere from, $100, to maybe $300. Probably not 300. Maybe if he's lucky, 300. Yeah. Like $250. Probably not even like before, right? So if he was doing that, and that's $750 a week, that's about $40,000 a year. So
so he's much better off than this.
Yeah, so Kurt Hawkins to make $120 in WWE minus taxes. Now you're talking about taking in $89,000 minus travel expenses and everything else. Kurt Hawkins probably brings in, after merch sales and everything else, probably brings in $80,000. Brings in about $80,000. Whereas if he was independent,
plus there's other perks too. So and nobody knows who he is on, whatever. So a lot of them get a lot of money from the video game, I guess, too, for the licensing.
Right. 2K, you get some money from that.
Yeah. Like John Cena gets $8.5 million in his yearly salary, but he gets $500,000 for any main event appearance and 5% of merchandise sales directly. Like they all get a cut for licensing for merchandise, but he gets 5% of merchandise sales for like the actual show that he's at that night.
Oh,
right.
You know, certain people have certain things in their contract. AJ gets a percentage of sales from the venue when he headlines. It says Jinder Mahal gets $900,000, Big Show gets $850,000.
Yeah, look at it like this though, like with it, like AJ Styles. Like I think they said something like one of the former WWE guys said the guy who left recently was it. I don't remember who it was that said it now, but I'll think of his name in a minute. But he was saying how at house shows and on the website, you know, they moved 10,000 AJ Styles T-shirts. They moved 10,000 AJ Styles T-shirts in a month. So I don't know what percentage of the T-shirts he gets. It's like $25 a T-shirt. I mean, probably
T-shirts are like $30 now.
Oh, the $30, yeah. So
yeah,
I mean, you know, it cost them like whatever $5 to. I mean, I don't know. So you're looking at they're getting what, maybe like 2% of that or $2 worth of that.
I mean, $2 would be fucking yeah. That's. I mean, shit. 10% would be $3. So yeah.
So you're looking at, you know, that's $30,000 for AJ a month. So I mean, if you went on those numbers.
And they sold how many shirts, you said?
Yeah, so AJ probably makes $500,000 a year in merch. If not maybe more. We don't know about it. I don't know. We're really kind of guessing here.
The women don't get, it looks to me, as far as I see written here and a few other sites that I've looked through, don't get any of those bonuses or anything like that. Ronda obviously has paid the highest. Charlotte Flair gets $550,000. Nikki gets $350,000. Brie gets $300,000. Mickey James gets $300,000. Alexa Bliss gets $350,000. Natalia's $300,000. Asuka's $250,000. Nia Jax gets $100,000. Mandy Rose gets $80,000. Dana Brooke gets $200,000.
Wow.
Sonya Deville gets $100,000. Bailey $200,000. Becky Lynch is at $250,000. Lana $200,000. Liv Morgan gets $75,000.
Yeah, those are all brand new. I mean, everything is wishy-washy. We don't know 100% on any of this stuff, really. But
Tamina, for all the years she's been there, she only makes $80,000.
What?
Yeah, $80,000 a year. Ronda Rousey gets $1.5 million a year.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like I know that Tamina hasn't really done much anything and everything, but with all the years Tamina's been there and with the injuries and stuff like that, I just expected you to say Tamina was at least at 170 or something.
Yeah, I figured she would be.
Just based on her tenure there, I mean, my God. Now, Alicia Fox probably is up there, maybe around 250, something like that.
Yeah, she was at, I think, 250, I said. Kurt Hawkins' net worth as of 2017 was over $1 million, though.
Not bad, man. Kurt Hawkins. So, holler at your daddy.
Shit bum.
You're wondering how Cass let himself go? Carmella dumped him and he got fired from WWE. He's got to be in severe depression. Someone needs to tell him food is not love.
Oh my God, Abel Salas Jr. That's a good point, man. And honestly, I kind of feel bad for him. Abel Salas Jr. Thanks, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? What's up, Abel? Abel, I miss you, Abel. I'm looking in your eyes right now, Abel. Thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum. No, I kind of do feel bad for Cass. It is really, he's a human, man. And we made fun of him a little bit, but seriously, he did. He lost his woman. He lost his job. So it really does suck.
My name is Kane.
Let's all tweet him and get him on the show.
What's up? Unfortunately, my grandpa went to that wrestling ring above after battling cancer for 2.5 years.
Oh, man.
Anyone think I should pay Tommy a visit in Black Mountain at a Wendy's of his choice to give some more grease mixed with Vince's ass?
Bad omen, man. I'm sorry to hear about your grandpa, man. Sorry about that. But, I mean, at least he's not suffering anymore. Or, you know what I mean, going through that shit. I don't want to go through that shit, I hope. Bad omen, man. Thanks for the donation, Bad omen. Yeah, go visit Tommy. Make him make you a burger. Ask him about Becky Lynch.
When you go on that road trip.
I'll go. I'll do it. Brandon Geese, thanks for subbing to the channel. Hit that sub button down below and the bell. Also, me and Leah did a podcast. It's up on Patreon if you haven't heard it. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
Shit bum.
Even I wouldn't fuck Nia Jax.
Gorilla Strong.
Gorilla Strong. Gorilla Long. Gorilla wanna swallow my big fat gorilla dong.
All right, Gorilla Strong. I don't know why I did that.
I was wrong too. AJ gets pay-per-view event revenue share directly. I guess he gets 5% of the pay-per-view revenue directly.
Whoa. Wow.
So it's not for John Cena gets it for main event appearances, $500,000. AJ gets pay-per-view event revenue shares.
Wow. That's much better because that's I'm like, well, if he's on the mid card,
one of the top guys.
Hashtag no show from NY206.
JD no show from NY206. The Goon, what's up, Goon? Thank you, and thank you to shit. Who was it before that? Fuck
yeah, I got everyone's addresses,
Gorilla.
I got everyone's fucking addresses, Mon.
I know Mania is some time away, but who do y'all think gets in the Hall of Fame? We know it won't be China. WWE hates her.
Vader.
Oh, God. You think now after he's dead, he fucking gets in?
Of course. They've done it. Not the first time they've done it.
Well, I mean...
They do that. That's a regular. They don't want to give you a mic, you know?
That's just so messed up,
In
man.
memoriam.
That's so messed up. I mean, obviously his son will accept it, and his son has been running his Twitter account, but... You know, Nate from VA, thank you for the $5, Nate. Imagine they put fucking Vader and China in the same time.
Oh shit! You know who gets really quick $400,000 a year, and they also make a huge bonus on pay-per-view main event appearances.
Yeah,
Heath Slater.
Wow,
what?
That's a hell of a contract.
No.
Negotiation.
The 400,000 isn't the thing. The pay-per-view thing is what's interesting.
It says right here makes extra bonus up to $200,000 on pay-per-view main event appearances.
Oh, okay.
Well, that'll never come to fruition, huh? Kevin Owens gets a bonus up to $200K of pay-per-view revenue share.
Well, that was them trying to incentivize Heath Slater. Maybe they were like, we see something like, now grab the gold ring because here's what you have if you spark your character up. And he kind of did a little bit, and then so maybe that was them trying to. I don't know.
Yeah,
they buried him,
2018 starting package is $250,000. That's the upgraded starting package. Victor's on there, Mike Kanellis, Curtis Axel, Kurt Hawkins.
Did you see There's
a few other people that have those packages as well. Luke Gallows.
Do you see the trailer for the Page movie?
I didn't watch it yet. I have it queued up, though.
Looks good.
People say it looks good.
It looks pretty good. It looked though to me it looked a little bit I mean it looked good. I want to see it, but it looked a little small scope to me. Like it was a lot of like
like direct to DVD kind of thing.
Yeah, it looked like it was a lot of like. It felt like I don't know. It just felt like small scenes of banter. It didn't feel like anything. Like I thought there was going to be a little more to it in a way, but yeah, I don't know. It seemed pretty good though. I mean,
didn't expect Vince Vaughn in that.
I didn't either. That was weird too.
Is he playing Matt Bloom?
Well, yeah. See, that's the he was like, oh, you guys didn't make the cut. But you guys didn't make the cut. But no, he should have been playing not Matt Bloom. He should have been playing
Hugh Morris.
Hugh Morris, and he would have been like, well, you look like a fag, so you're out, and you look like you're anorexic bitch.
Imagine they give him like another name instead of Hugh Morris, but it's
what's your name? What's your name over there? You anorexic. I'm gonna call you anorexic bitch. What are you, like 90 pounds? You come down here to the WWE training center? Hey, have you you watched Monday Night Raw and thought to yourself, look at that anorexic bitch on TV? No. So why would you come down here looking like an anorexic bitch? Step out of the ring.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Shut up. That's like the stuff, the stuff he's like accused of is crazy. He's just a fucking mean motherfucker, but he toughened people up. He was old school, really old school. He's like, but yeah, so they got Vince Vaughn and they're like, I'm sorry, yeah, you don't make the cut. It's like, no, that's not what he was like. He would have been like, shut up! Go back to England, retard! Like, that's what he was like. So Vince Vaughn playing that character, that's bullshit, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you want to do, Rock. Whatever you want to do, Rock. It's because The Rock wasn't down there with him. The Rock was like, hey, I'm done playing football, Vince. Oh, come to WWE. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, he don't know either.
I want to see what he plays.
Who, The Rock?
See what role he plays. No, Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn? Oh, he's like the trainer.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the trainer's name is.
Oh, right. It's probably Vince. No, it's probably...
It just says Hutch.
It's probably like... Yeah. It's like
no, that's
Hutch.
What it is. He's listed as Hutch.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
I think you might be right, Joe.
I mean, maybe he's not the trainer though. Maybe Vince Vaughn is like the talent scout. Maybe he's not. You know what? Actually, at one point they show him in like a nice office. So you know what? Maybe Vince actually is the talent scout.
But maybe, but he is in the ring though.
Yeah, they kind of make it. It's kind of wishy-washy. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of wishy-washy. That's.
Fuck yeah! I got everyone's addresses, Mon. I got everyone's fucking addresses, Mon.
Joe's top 5 that you mark out for? Mine is Bret Hart, Benoit, Tama Tonga, Io Shirai, and Sami Zayn.
Right
Israel
now?
did 9/11.
Oh God, Brahim!
Oh my God!
Jesus!
Wow. Top 5 that I'd mark out for. Like right now, I don't know. Like if I was at a live event and anybody could come out, right? And I was at a live event, I think number 1 would be Stone Cold at this point. Number 1 would be Stone Cold. I'd mark out for Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan a little bit, The Rock.
But what about today's roster?
Today's roster, I'd mark out for AJ Styles.
I'd still mark out for Bray, believe it or not.
I wouldn't for Bray, but
he's supposed to. You know, it's one of the things I was going to, speak on before we close out the show as well. There's a good deal of speculation that he's supposed to return at Survivor Series. So,
yeah, Bray's got to be coming back soon.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is going to be back by Mania, but they may not have a plan for him by then because they're starting to put the Mania card together now.
I'd flip out for Velveteen Dream, too.
Yeah, that NXT show he went to was still fucking badass.
Yeah, maybe Adam Cole. Yeah, see that NXT show I did at that show. I was really pumped up for him, and even Pete Dunne. I'd probably mark out for Pete Dunne.
Oh, well, any of our local guys that we know, like Biff, Hansen, Mike Bennett.
Yeah, all those guys I would certainly. But yeah, like I don't know, like it's at one point Sasha I was crazy marking out for. I remember when she was the NXT champion, when she came out with that NXT belt at an NXT show, man, I was fucking losing it. Like I thought Sasha was a star, a superstar.
And then we realized where that belt was been.
Yeah, and then you realized that it smelled like Paige's boyfriend's pre-cum and real cum. Boom. You want to see this? I'm practicing. I wish that was in the movie. You put that in the fucking Rock movie.
Director's cut.
Director's cunt. It was fucking, oh my God, dude. I would...
Give it a hell yeah! Shane the best in the world. I swear if NXT and NXT UK would be non-existent then I would never watch this product. BDW I just realized Nia Jax is not the only one that botches from the women because Brie, Dana Botch and Alcia Fox botched as well. Thumbs down.
Oh yeah, they're a tough crowd. Alicia Fox botches, but usually she doesn't hurt anybody for the most part. Except for Mirov. Thank you, Mirov. What's been up?
Yeah, she just roughs herself.
Give it a hell yeah!
Yeah.
Kenny Ballless is a talentless bottom-feeding piece of crap who tries to leech off others because he can't do shit for himself.
That's true.
Hashtag Kenny's bitch-ass corpse.
Fuck his bitch-ass corpse. Wow.
Wait. For Kenny's bitch-ass corpse.
His bitch-ass corpse. His bitch-ass corpse. That's true, man. Fuck him. He really does, though. He does leech. It's weird. He says he gets millions of downloads. No, he doesn't.
No.
Nobody listens to you. Millions of downloads.
Millions of downloads on our podcast.
That's what he says. He goes, "Oh, every podcast I do gets millions of downloads." No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I get tens of views.
Show me the analytics on that. I can show you my millions of analytics. I can show you 50 million views on analytics if you want to see them. But you can't show me millions of downloads on your podcast.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Might be a little more realistic. Remember Crash Holly would defend the hardcore title 24/7. What if they do something similar to that with the IC title but with Curtis Axel? Imagine him in the back taking a shit, then Braun attacks him, then tries win title.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, man. I wish they would have a belt like that again, Broken Line. Even, you know, if they Broken Line, because they can't really do hardcore all the time. I guess they don't want to do that. they could at least have a 24-hour title and call it like the 24-hour title. That would be kind of exciting. And essentially, it is hardcore in a way, but.
What do they call the extreme one?
Are you ready for this, Rybotch?
You need to put a halo over Ryback nowadays, Jesus.
Kairi Sane is my Disney princess sweetheart. I love her so much. I want to be her cabin boy for one night. Oh God, please, pumped for war games.
Wow.
Yo ho ahoy.
Eric Gonzalez.
Swapping in the poop deck.
Thank you, Eric. If you guys, I love you, Eric. You're a good guy.
Yo ho, yo ho.
We're gonna go right through these.
Rostafa sent us this great clip from Joey Ryan. Joey says, "I can't sympathize with losing to a low blow," and everybody in the match is trying to low blow Joey Ryan, and they're hurt. Like they give a knee to his balls, and they hurt their knee, and nothing can stop the Dick of Doom. So it's
the Dick of Doom. Oh man, Cornette hates him probably.
Oh, he can't stand it. Frog Kid also said, "Oh my God, look at R-Truth's net worth. It's over almost $2 million."
Super chat party.
It's been here forever.
Yeah,
Joe is God. Love you guys.
Nicky J, what's up, Nicky J? I just hopped into my Mustang, Nicky J, and I just crashed into an old lady, and I hope the bitch dies, Nicky J. Roman Reigns is dead, bro. Probably saying that. Nicky J, thank you for the 316.
Austin 316 says, I just whooped your ass.
In a Mustang.
In my Mustang.
My
Did
voice
you
is
see CM Punk saying that the only way he would get back into wrestling is with a time machine?
Yeah. You look anorexic, CM Punk.
Party.
Taco Dave.
Yeah, no shit.
He really won't come back to wrestling. Taco Dave, thanks for the $1, man. Yeah, CM Punk really just won't come back, man. He ain't coming back. All you people, oh, come back, CM Punk. He ain't coming back.
Oh, never say never. Yeah, he's done.
Hey, Sean's View, put a bullet in your head. I mean, like still writing about the fucking, CM Punk return, CM Punk this, CM Punk that. Shut the fuck up, Sean. How the fuck do people still, like, I see people on his comments sometimes writing like, you're so awesome, man.
Super chat.
Hey, Joe got my text to Mania today. See you soon, bro.
On hell, Pimentel, baby. Are you ready for the Mania party, baby? WrestleCon. And then we'll be at a bar in New York partying on the Joe Cronin Show.
Yeah. Joe in the Page movie, will they explore her other movie?
Well, unfortunately, the movie ends with her winning on Raw, and then it ends. But there should be, like, the Avengers or the Marvel, like, extra cut scenes at the end, like, and where it says, like, Paige had to retire, blah, 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 and then these leaked. Like,
no, it has, like, that thing where it's, like, it cuts to the scene where, like, what's going to happen next. So all of a sudden, like, the end credits roll, and it's like, hey, Paige, I'd like you to meet Brad Maddox. How you doing? Hey, Xavier Woods comes in and he goes, hey, can I just talk to you guys in this room for a second? And just brings the camera and then the cuts.
Hey, guys, I got this camera right here. Yeah, that'd be, oh, God, dude, that'd be so funny. If they had thrown that in the movie, like, I would have died. Dude, I would have straight up died.
It's like the Easter egg.
Yeah, the Easter egg, yeah. And then they hide the fucking thing in her ass. Anything else that anybody wanted to talk about as far as wrestling? I mean, there's really so much. I feel like we really didn't talk a lot about it. I mean, maybe we did.
Alexa Bliss is making her in-ring return at house shows over the next few weekends, but they're gonna take it very slow. She's only gonna do small things in 6-women tag matches to protect her from.
Well, Paige only did small things too.
No shit.
No, Brad was all right. He was like a 6.
He was not a thick 6, just a 6.
I guess that albuterol is working, Leah.
Yeah.
I sprayed Leah's stuff and all the phlegm's coming up.
About a damn time you did something.
Yeah, well, I went to the doctors today. They gave me one. So
yeah.
They did my blood work. They gave me that. They said everything looks fine, except for the doctor saw my ankle. She's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's wrong with your ankle? She's like,
is that official medical diagnosis when they yell Jesus Christ?
Well,
yes, it is.
Well, quite honestly, like, she really was kind of like, wow, oh my goodness, that is not, wow. And then she like wrote stuff. She actually couldn't give a shit. It was like a nurse practitioner lady,
Yeah.
And it's like it's a community health care place. So like you go there. I had a really good doctor, but she moved to Texas, and this lady was like barely care. Like she seemed like she was like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Last time I went, they had me bend over, and then the guy said, "Okay, the doctor will see you in a minute."
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. So I'll show up to where's that? I'll go to that doctor.
No, it was a guy, and it wasn't a doctor.
I went to a doctor, and he was like a dorky dude, and he like made me wait in the waiting room forever. And then I finally got in there, and then he came in like 20 minutes later and was like, "Sorry, I'm running late with stuff. I'll be in a few." And 30 minutes later, he came in, and he was like really fat and had glasses and looked like but he looked like this, like. And I was like, "Oh, so what's going on?" Like, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because it was my first time ever leaving that this particular little community health center. I was like, I'm gonna go get a real doctor, and I looked up this guy, and I found him, and he was kind of around where I live, and I was like, all right, let me go to him, and my God, dude, this guy was like, he looked like the guy who picked boogers on the fucking playground while all the other kids are playing football. And I was like, dude, this is the fucking...
what's wrong with picking boogers?
I don't know, man. He was like... Oh, you want to see his picture? I found him. You'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm describing my issues and stuff. And he goes... He looks at me like this. He goes, "Oh, yeah? That's what's going on? Okay. Well, And then he was like just weird. And then by the end of the appointment, he goes... So we'll book an appointment, and you come back, and we'll take a look. And so I've been there like an hour and a half. I was there 20 minutes in the waiting room. Then I got brought into the office where you wait for the doctor to come in, and I was in there for probably 40 minutes. Then he came in, almost did nothing, looked weird, and then left. And I was like, this was the worst fucking doctor I've ever seen. Like even the community health center nurses, I felt were more... Like, I just couldn't be more uncomfortable.
More thorough and, yeah.
You want to see the... Like, it was just fucking bizarre. It was a weird fucking... This is the guy.
Oh, Jesus.
That was him.
He has no chin or neck. It's weird.
But you understand, this is a better picture of him. 7 years ago, he was fat. So 7 years ago, he was, like, really fat. And I'm like, so this is the doctor? This is the guy who's going to tell me how to be healthy? It looks like he just fucking... He looks like he's going to die soon. He's the doctor. And I was like, this is the guy. He came in like, like that look on his face is his face. Like, it was just like, dude, he came in and I was like, dude, what the fuck? Are you really a doctor?
Yes, I'm really a doctor. I just want to make sure I can take care of you here.
I'm going to take care of you, doctor. He looks like Boogie 2988's Francis.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he looks like Francis. Looks like
Joe, you might want to go ahead and just pull your pants up. I don't need to see that part.
You're probably gonna die of something.
That's my official diagnosis. You're probably gonna die of something very soon.
I don't want that guy to be my doctor.
I went to medical school for nothing.
This is the guy. I want this guy to be my doctor. Look at this guy. That guy looks like he knows something.
I'm gonna grab your balls.
Oh my God, dude, I'm gonna fucking pass out. Every time I laugh, I almost pass out. Is that a problem too? I feel like
no, you're fine.
Blood flow,
Joe, you'll be fine.
Blood flow's not working right in my body. I'll just say that. If I die, you guys all know. Check the brain stem.
He looked a little too cheery, like, I'm gonna grab your balls.
Yeah, he was excited to grab your balls. The other guy looked like, what are balls? You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh man.
That guy, man, that doctor fucking terrified me. I was all out on that guy. Wouldn't it be funny if someone in the chat was like, "That's my uncle."
That's me. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. That was, dude. He came in. I was like, immediately.
What's wrong with my practice?
It was his practice too. It was like his thing. There wasn't like he wasn't part of like medical associates of whatever.
He's asking. You didn't like my back massage?
I didn't want to go see Dr. Bendova.
All
Jacob
right,
said we found Tommy's father. Huh, maybe.
Yeah. No, they really did find Tommy's father, and he looks.
Yeah.
His father looks all right. His mother, that's
that's
that's another
Tommy comes
story.
from a list of illicit doctors.
Dude, Tommy's mom, I mean, I don't want to say anything.
Imagine if they were both like Mensa level, like, just.
Well, Tommy's mom isn't.
Jake, it skips a generation.
Tommy's mom also isn't with her dad. They split up when they were young.
They split up
because he was an accident. So he's with some
My mother
younger
called me
girl.
an accident today too. What do you know? Hey,
Did she?
Adds up, right?
Well, you're an accident. You fucking a lucky one.
She said I was an accident and never should have been born. And I was like,
she
good
said
morning
that to you
too.
today.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky you're living in my house. You fuck. That's what you should have said.
Exactly. Aren't you just so
you better be.
Should charge
Chapter
you
22 Peter Pan and the Wendy's Cup. It was a Halloween night in 2018. I just got off work flipping a couple of burgers and coming on them. Then before I went to give candy to random kids, some guys dressed as Peter Pan stuck a Wendy's straw up my ass.
Tommy's journal, man. Tommy's journal.
If you need help getting that straw out of your ass, I can certainly help you.
Let us know. Oh, look at my gap between my teeth.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Survivor Series. What will be better, Survivor Series or NXT Takeover? What's going to be better?
I think we all know the answer to that one.
Okay.
Yeah, Survivor Series, obviously.
Yeah.
What? So
it's opposite day, by the way.
we all know that NXT Takeover is going to be better on Saturday night. If you don't watch NXT Takeover, don't
bitch about Survivor Series unless you watch Takeover.
Make sure you watch Takeover.
I don't want to hear any of you fucks.
It doesn't matter.
4 fucking matches.
The crowd is going to be lit. Make sure you watch Takeover. There's 4 fucking matches. 4 fucking matches, okay? So watch NXT Takeover. We'll be doing the review live on Saturday night. I've got a bunch of shit coming to Patreon. So if you're not a patron and you're not somebody who likes to donate live, or you do donate live but you're not a patron, you got to get over to Patreon. There's 30 hours of bonus shit. Plus, I tweet, I message you guys on there, I post all my stuff. There's just so much shit on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. It works on your mobile device. I posted about Out of Nowhere tonight. There's links over here for all the Morning Madness episodes, for all the Corrupted episodes. There's wrestling topics. I have questions that I'm going to get to in a second right now that you guys asked, any wrestling questions. We're going to talk about those now real quick. There's me and Leah's podcast. It has the most likes of any show I've done on Patreon in 5 months. In 5 months, this is the most watched, most liked thing I've done on Patreon. That's crazy. This thing is going up against the Corrupted podcast. It's going up against Corrupted and Morning Madness and everything else I do. And me and Leah's podcast is one of the most popular things I've ever done on Patreon. It's 43 minutes. It's really pretty good. We're doing more of them, maybe every week. So $5 a month will get you 30 hours a month of content and podcasts and sound clips. And you guys obviously keep me doing this, keep me doing the shows. You keep me fed. You keep kids on my diapers on my kids. You keep the fucking electricity on. You keep the new mixer from working. Whatever the fuck, or we would be doing this. And for all the people on YouTube that can't donate and stuff like that, you guys keep the show going. I think this is maybe the second time I've mentioned donations tonight. Am I begging, Kenny Bolin? Am I begging? Please, guys, please. No, but just people are jealous of it. You know what I mean? And I get it because I failed on YouTube for 8 years. I worked a 40-hour job for 15 years, so I totally get it. And even 3 years ago, when I made no money at this, but worked 40 hours and then worked 20 hours at this, I totally get it because YouTube is a difficult thing. The more you put in, the more you get out. But there's points where you put in a lot and you don't get a lot out sometimes, and it is really can be a struggle a little bit. So
even the people that strike gold and get hit by lightning and fucking have these massive, hugely successful viral videos, usually have multiple. They still don't garner subscribers like you used to, and it doesn't translate.
That's why you can go over and sub to Connor tonight. YouTube.com/OKFaber on Twitter, on YouTube. YouTube.com/OKFaber, or just look up OKFabe. You'll find Connor on YouTube with all his live reactions or videos and reviews and stuff like that. And also, Connor's a good example of when somebody is not a piece of shit, how you'll actually like work with them and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Although
I try,
I got to come on your show though once. I never come on yours. I never ask you, but
yeah, we get you on the Fight Network.
I gotta come on yours one day. Well, yeah, I'll come on the Fight Network too. I didn't even think about that, but
yeah,
I'll do either one.
That'd be great.
Sweet.
I'll come over there. It's oh yeah, he's by the way, yeah, Connor's on the Fight Network on Fridays at 8 p.m.
Yes.
So if you have the Fight TV app, Connor is live on the Fight TV app on Fridays at 8 p.m.
I came on Connor, but I didn't ask. I just told him.
Oh my god. Well, he'll go for it.
Still cleaning up the mess.
Me and Connor eventually we'll figure stuff out when I move, if I ever get my house, and we'll like do an in-house podcast. I'll have Connor over for fucking dinner or something.
That'd be fun.
That'd be kind of cool. You can even bring the family over.
Actually, I think what would be really bitching is if we don't go to WrestleMania, if we do a live reaction together in the same place.
Yeah, we could do that because I'm probably going to be at Mania up until Mania morning.
Mania.
So yeah, which is crazy, but it's true. Either after NXT Takeover or in the morning, I'll be driving home. So I will be home for that. I don't know if you mean in the house to do it or
we'll figure out the details.
Hopefully,
there's Tommy and I outside the window looking in.
We could do Rumble.
Yeah, we could do the Rumble. Wait a minute, is the Rumble in Boston?
No, but we could do a live reaction.
There's never been a Rumble in Boston, has there?
No, there has. There's been 2.
What?
Yeah, 03 and 2011. That was when Del Rio won. They did the 40-man, and 03 is when Brock came back and won.
Wow!
And he challenged Kurt for the belt at Mania 19.
How the hell did I not know that?
I was at both of them. That's the only reason I know.
I mean, like I was at SummerSlam 06. That was definitely the only SummerSlam.
I have my ticket, by the way, too. I saw your post earlier. I have my SummerSlam
ticket,
really?
Too. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That was a great one, man. That was a really good SummerSlam.
I remember Flair just bleeding like a fucking stuffed pig.
Yeah, that was sick. And I got to see Hogan finally in person. And here's the other thing. Survivor Series, it was like 92 or something.
And then 08.
And in 08.
Which was weird because it was like... what was that? That was like Triple H and Shawn and Cena in a triple threat, and then like Jericho, Big Show, and Taker in a triple threat. No. That was a different one. It was like Big Show and Taker in a casket match. It was really effing weird because they like set the casket up on the stage, like they propped it up, and like one of them like Irish whipped him into the casket and like it fell over. It was fucking weird.
I remember that now. Yeah.
That is weird. I forgot about that.
That's the only part I remember about it because the teams were just such a clusterfuck. I remember Shawn and Crime Time were a team together.
If anybody has to go, by the way, it's 2:30 in the morning. We're really running into overtime here tonight. But if anybody has to go, I know Jake's probably dying. I'm pretty tired, but I think what I'm going to do is answer these questions on my show tomorrow, on my State of the WWE tomorrow. But I am going to get a couple of them in real quick. I asked people for questions on YouTube and Patreon, and I want to answer them all, but I don't know if we can get them tonight. But, maybe we'll do something tomorrow. I don't know. But maybe I'll answer them tomorrow, and if Jake's around, we'll do them, but he might be busy. But either way, I'll do them. I'll answer them. But Neva OVA says, Neva Ova, Daniel's second retirement coming after Survivor Series. I think, that was... kind of the point.
Don't think so anymore.
I think he's talking about Lesnar killing him.
Yeah, Lesnar's going to kill him.
Yeah,
well, in that case, yeah.
I think that's exactly what he's getting at. Hulkamania brother says, and I put these up in posts, so always look for my posts on YouTube. Personally, I've been you can hear my throat breaking up, man. Personally, I've seen brick walls with more charisma and personality than Finn Balor. Should he be sent to 205 Live?
Hell yeah! Chapter 23 Inside of Joe and Jake It. It was a Wednesday night after Out of Nowhere I was on Skype with Joe and Jake crying that Debar won't lick Pickle Sickle, so I came on the Skype call, then they hung up.
Sickle! The fucking Pickle Sickle, dude. Man, Tommy's journal, I love you. But no, thank you guys for the donations. I really appreciate the donations. Seriously, you know I do. I really do need them. Kenny Bolin is right. I need to fucking beg the shit out of you because it's true. I need your donations or the show ends. But if you
That's
really
how you're so successful, Joe.
Yo, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what I do, but I mean, it worked. It worked out naturally, man. I mean, I had a job I was working at, and people wanted to support this, and you know, before the job ended, before I got fired or laid off or whatever it is, you know, I wasn't doing all this. So everybody gets.
Yeah, there was no SmackDown review at that point.
There was no SmackDown really for the most part. There was no. The shows wouldn't go as long
either, but.
Yeah, we weren't going as late. I mean, in a way, dude, here's the thing, Kenny. If people start liking you, I mean, maybe it's people liking it, man. I don't know. Like, people said, fuck that. Do this. Don't go looking for another job. Just do this, Joe. And people donated like crazy and helped out. And so that's what I think happened. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it wasn't just outright support either. A lot of people don't always feel comfortable calling, but they want to add their 2 cents in as well. So it was like multifaceted. It helped on so many angles. People wanted to go ahead and share their thoughts live. They liked being a part of the show, so that's it. And then the gifts and songs started to, you know, bring about a life of their own. So that was another entertainment factor. And then the support, you know, all 3 angles combined
that's why
into
it's like
what worked.
When someone like that says that stuff about me, it's like a goof. You know, like he says he made me and gave me my... Like, I mean, we know he's joking, but it's like, dude... You know what I mean? I started at 0 and I failed for 8 years. It's not like I just sit here and all these donations come in and I didn't do anything. It's like, dude, I failed on YouTube for 8 years or something. I failed for 8 years. 800 subs in 8 years on my old channel. And then starting here for a year, getting finally to 1,000, and then things taking off and, you know, subs and you know, coming up with ideas and then coming up with the donation alerts and then coming up with songs and coming up with trying to do comedy to make people laugh and to try to do serious wrestling talk but make people laugh at the same time without being so serious like everybody is. And all the different innovations and stuff and the channel coming down sometimes and not going live and having to go live somewhere else and, you know, losing jobs in between doing YouTube and like just losing co-hosts and getting co-hosts and meeting friends and having problems and doing this. It's like it's all such a fucking whirlwind of shit that to just sum it up as, oh, Joe just turns on a camera and just begs for donations. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You know, at this point, I know it looks like that to you, but this shit's crazy, like what's going on. And I don't take this for granted at all. This is insane what we've done here. And by the way, and my shows even helped other people build stuff up in some ways too. So it's like, this is a massive community that's launched over here, which I never thought I would get to this. I used to watch other people with 3,000 subs and be like jealous of them and be like, damn, that guy has 3,000. How the fuck did he do that? How does he do this? I'm sitting here with 30 people watching me. Like, how the fuck does this guy do this? Well, I figured it just happens. It's weird. James Simpson says, does anyone actually really like Daniel Bryan? I sure fucking don't. Well, I think there's a lot of people who think that he's boring at this point. You know, I mean, I still like Daniel, but yeah, he became bland. So the move they made with Daniel is perfect. Are you planning on going to Mania next year? Fan guy says yes. I'm planning on going to Mania. What's the one match that we're all looking forward to at Mania?
Whatever the main event of TakeOver is.
I was partially looking forward to seeing Triple H and Batista, but.
You know what? I'm not a big Batista guy, and Triple H doesn't always put on the epic matches. He puts on good ones because he's just such a ring general. But I was looking forward to that based off that one stupid line on Raw. They had me. Can't believe it, but they had me. So yes,
I think they might do Rollins and Brock.
Wow, that could be
That could be really, really good. It could be shit, but I'm being extremely optimistic.
You know, and I almost don't care about that. I think I want to see Shawn Michaels versus somebody at WrestleMania. That's how fucked up I am.
Well, rumor has it you will. So
yeah, I want to see Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles,
shit. Take my money.
I want to see Undertaker versus somebody to retire finally. Hopefully
Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Braun Strowman just kills The Undertaker.
You killed Death. I don't know how the hell you did it, Braun, but you killed Death.
What else do I want to see?
Imagine him saying something really nasty like, rest in peace, motherfucker! And then just
rest in peace, motherfucker! Get this gravestone!
I love that neutered line he did on Raw. That was fucking hilarious.
I'll neuter you.
Whatever the hell he said. Yeah, I don't remember what he said. But
he's like, hope. He said something to Corbin. He's like, enjoy being Stephanie's lapdog. Otherwise, and he goes, because when I'm done with them, I'm gonna neuter you.
I'm gonna neuter you, dude. I want Adam Cole versus Ricochet to open WrestleMania in a ladder match. Is that too much to ask?
Jesus.
Can I get that at WrestleMania?
Give me, I wouldn't mind seeing like Adam Cole against, because I think Undisputed Era is the next major call-ups from NXT.
Give me Becky Lynch. Shit bum.
Hashtag no way Jose for Universal Champ in 2019.
No way. Jose.
Let's campaign for this now.
Jose. No way. Jose. Gorilla Strong, thanks, man, for the $5 becoming a $5 shit bum. Yeah. Let's go no way, Jose. How about a first blood match between Becky Lynch and like Nia Jax?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, well that'd be funny. No, Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey in a I Quit match.
Ooh.
At WrestleMania. I don't know if you really want somebody quitting though, so that might not work.
I mean, you just do a submission.
Out, so yeah.
Well, not really.
They could do a submission match too.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're both got the arm bar, so it's
Dun, dun, dun.
I think it would be better if it wasn't an I Quit match and it was like just a
submission.
Not even. I don't want submission because I don't want someone submitting necessarily.
Or you do an ultimate submission match. They haven't done one of those in God knows how long.
Wow, that's out of the. I mean, I was just thinking like you do a regular match now, or like an extreme match or something like that, or a Extreme Rules match, and the ending is like whoever. So you're putting like Ronda in the armbar, and she won't submit. She's almost passed out. She's in the armbar. And then, Becky Lynch, jumps off the top rope and smashes her in the back with a chair, and she falls over and pins her. And that's how you win the match. Either way, whoever wins it. That way, neither one tapped out, but, major,
right.
crazy damage was done to somebody's arm to where, they're grabbing their arm so hard as they're trying to stand up, and then they get taken out. I don't know, shit like that. It doesn't even matter. I'm thinking overboard right now because I'm so fucking... I don't even know, man. But anyway, so I'm going to answer all these questions tomorrow on State of the WWE so we can all get the hell out of here. But I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them. But I will get to all the questions on YouTube that I'm sure a lot of you guys commented on that post. I'm sure a lot of you commented on Patreon too. I want to get to those as well. After hearing the Travis TLC says, after hearing the pop Asuka got when Becky looked at her on SmackDown, do you think it should have been her facing Ronda? I don't care. No, I don't think so. I really think I love Asuka, but I think it made sense for her
they need to build her back up.
Yeah. I mean, I think they do, but yeah, I think that it made sense that she picked Charlotte. But I don't think she should have hugged her, even though that was. It was random. I read an article that Vince was not at the show last night. Title change. It's possible Vince isn't at SmackDown a lot.
No.
It's like 50-50, I heard.
That's what I think.
And that's what, fuck it. That's what Road Dogg told me years ago. Don't think Samoa fucking, fuck it. I think everybody knows this. Don't think Samoa Joe versus Brock would be more believable than Bryan. How come Joe didn't win at Crown Jewel since they already knew about Roman's illness? I don't know. They want to go with him.
It was never the plan.
Give it a hell yeah!
Yeah, there you go.
Hulk Hogan versus Undertaker at next Saudi show in Who Can Cripple Who first match.
Oh, God. Yeah, maybe Hulk Hogan wants payback for when Ric Flair slid that chair in the ring in 92.
Fucking 92.
And Hogan got tombstoned by The Undertaker onto a steel chair.
Been over 20 years, brother.
Well, you know something, dude? Back in 1992, brother, Ric Flair in the steel chair, and I saw the cold eyes of the dead Undertaker, brother. And Hulkamania was running wild, but then it went to WCW, and I never get my shot at Mark Calloway, brother.
My God, he says Mark Calloway. That'd be so fucked up. I'm calling you out, Mark. Broken Lion says, do you think... What?
Those entrances would take fucking forever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my God.
Well, Hogan would get out
3 hours
there.
later.
Broken Lion, this is the last one I'm going to answer. Broken Lion says, do you think WWE will surprise us and turn Roman heel when he comes back? No, I don't think so.
No
chance. They're gonna push him to
that.
I guarantee there's gonna be some sort of merch saying like he beat Luke Kimmy. I swear to God, there is. There's gonna be something like tied with him, like I conquered it or something like that.
I'm surprised Roman Strong T-shirts aren't already being sold now.
Yeah, well, because they can't really market it because he's not on TV.
Yeah, when he comes back, it's gonna be like it's gonna be nuts, man. It's gonna. I mean, I'm gonna cheer for him at first. So I mean, they got what they wanted in a way. But hey, fuck it, man. I just hope he is okay and gets through. I hope they kill this shit quick so this guy don't have to suffer. I don't want anybody suffering. I mean, this guy really, he's gonna suffer. Chemotherapy, you're suffering, man. You don't want anybody to suffer. So I hope he beats it as quickly as possible when he gets back. It bothers me right now thinking about somebody in pain and shit like that. For real, it sucks. It sucks. So I hope he's all right. Hope he comes back, and then maybe he will turn heel. That'd be, But you know what? They never turned him heel all this time. I wanted him to turn heel. And they didn't turn him heel all this time, and I was so angry and mad at Roman and mad at the WWE. I mean, now this guy's going to come back as mega babyface. I mean, it's going to be fucking crazy. Thanks, guys, for listening to Out of Nowhere, episode 128. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Thursday Night Throwdown, emanates from my other channel. That's right, I'm going into fucking WWE WrestleMania. It emanates live from the Sundome. And no, seriously, over on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. Corrupted podcast YouTube channel. It's free. Come on tomorrow night for Throwdown at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. 10 p.m. tomorrow night on Corrupted. Then Friday night, 2 nights away, Friday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. It's Monetize This. I promise you, Monetize This is going to be something else this weekend. Be here for that. The belt may be on the line. I don't even know. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out if we put the belt on the line this Friday night. Plus, I'm having a drinking contest with the Bear. Having a drinking contest.
Oh, jeez.
With the Bear.
Can Joe bear it?
Can he bear it? Can he bear it? Here's some of Triple H. I'm going to hang up on you guys. Connor from OKFabe. Check him out on YouTube. YouTube.com/OKFaber. Jake DeMarco. Hit him up on Twitter at CountdownEnded. And I am at CorruptedPod. And that's it, right? Anybody else got anything else?
That's it. Stay sexy. We'll see you. I'll see you Saturday for War Games.
All right. I'll talk to you on Facebook, guys. Thanks, Connor, and thanks, Jake. Thanks, Jesse.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Jesse, if you're still here. I want to rub your sphincter.
So, there's some limit there to the things that they can do, and we'll see how fast they progress. But just like anybody, we'll keep our finger on the pulse of where the characters go and move them from there. But I'd like it to be the start of something more, but we'll see.
Our next question comes from Jason Powell from ProWrestling.net.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, you've spoken in the past about how NXT is a third brand, not just developmental. With that being said, is the ultimate goal still to move the top-level NXT talent up to Raw and SmackDown, or have you reached a point where we could actually see some main event-level talent just become mainstays in NXT?
I think you could be at a place where you see main-level talent stay in NXT. I think we're also at the point where you could see some talent that have been on Raw and SmackDown for periods of time and either have had success, not had success, or for whatever reason aren't being utilized, go back into NXT. Much like you might have a talent that doesn't get a lot of exposure on SmackDown but moves to Raw and it's a game changer for them, and all of a sudden they start to do something more and something different. I do think it's a third brand. I also think that with NXT in the UK, I think that as we move forward with these other brands, it's opportunity for people to continue within the system and work at different levels. But I think we're clearly there now to where I think you could see a lot of these talent become mainstays in the brand that they're in, so NXT included.
And as we move closer to 2019, do you envision the number of takeover specials and the length of these specials increasing or remaining the same?
So, I guess the it's a supply and demand, and if the demand increases or is such that we maybe do more of them, I'm not a big fan of just giving more to give more. And even for me on the length of the shows, I feel like we're kind of in a sweet spot. I like leaving people where they're excited for everything on the show, and when it gets to the end, you're looking forward to more, as opposed to being so burnt out. It's just such a long event, or it being lengthy, or having to have sort of break areas within the show when you structure the entire show, that you have to have ebbs and flows in there so that you can kind of bring people down after one epic main event, but give them a rest before they get into the next one. So we'll see where it goes. I do envision us probably doing some things in the UK with the brand there, NXT UK, and doing some larger events there, hopefully. But we'll see what that magic number is as we move forward. Again, trying to keep your finger on the pulse of what's enough and what's too much, and manipulating that as you can.
Well, good luck with the show and your recovery.
Thank you very much.
Our next question comes from Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer. Please go ahead.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry to hear about the injury and everything, but I know you've been through that stuff before. Different injury, but
yeah.
Good luck on the recovery.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of stuff. One thing on the what was behind the decision making, say for Saturday's show, to go with 4 matches instead of 5? I guess longer matches would probably be the answer, but is it just like one of those things where you looked at the card and you just said, look, we've got a 2 out of 3 fall match, we've got a War Games, and we have a certain time and we don't need a 5th match? Or what was kind of the mentality behind that?
Yeah, so as we put time into it, like War Games just takes some time, right? The match itself doesn't even start till everybody gets in the ring. I mean, it just takes time to get into. So you kind of have to give that match more time. When we were doing the planning phase, and as Evolution came into play and we decided where we wanted to go there, it sort of changed how we looked at this card a little bit. And as we got into the 2 out of 3 falls with Shayna and Kyrie, that takes more time. So, I don't want to ever get into a format where we go, look, it's got to be 5 matches, or it's got to be 6 matches, whatever that is, and then here's the allotted time, and that's what it is. Try to put a feeling into it, and it's a gut thing, right? We all just kind of mill it around and decide what we think is going to be the best overall experience. And could we add in another match? And yeah, you run the risk of it being a bit long. And does it add to it, or does it subtract to it? So it's a judgment call. So we kind of got to where we are, and I think we all collectively agreed on where we're at now. But we'll see if we were right or not.
Well, I don't think the card can go wrong. I mean, it's a super lineup. So
yeah, it's a pretty spectacular lineup, and like I said earlier, and I truly believe that anything in there has the potential to really walk away with being the match of the night.
Yeah. The other thing is, so for the UK market, now you've got the TV on the network every week, so that's part established.
Yep.
At what stage do you start doing house shows, and is your goal, if that's even your goal, and if your goal is to do 3 a week or 2 a week, or what's kind of like I would say the end game, so to speak, for NXT UK, as far as a format of working style, working for the, that type of thing, schedule and what those talents over there would be working.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it would be sort of kind of replicating what we're doing here in a way with NXT, as far as if I was just to look at that as a U.S.-based product, right, and say, here's how we run it in the U.S., to do something similar over there. But the first thing you have to do is get the product on the air, get people accustomed to what it is, and then, again, see what that desire is to see it elsewhere. As of right now, it's been super successful. The buzz on the brand has been extremely positive. People are happy the show and the talent that are in the show, and you know, it just comes down to me, like, once we get there, like, I don't want to run live events just to say run live events, and they're not great, and they're kind of half there and half not there, and you know, it's a process of getting it into the right place where people are excited to see this. There's a desire to see it. We feel like we can make them successful, make a run at them, and continue to do it. I have no doubt that's coming.
What's up, everybody? Hope you enjoyed a little bit of that Triple H press conference. It's all over the place. I'm going to put up a clip, my link to the whole video at some point when I get done on Patreon. Make sure you guys go listen to my podcast if you're a patron with Leah. Our new podcast on Patreon, plus a bunch of other stuff coming. My NXT review is going to be up there later. I'm going to be watching that. So tons of stuff going up on the Patreon later on. And that's it, man. Since we talked about the fact that I've been on YouTube for a long time now, let's look back at some crazy moments on my show from 2013 and 2014. And then that will kind of play us out here, I guess. Play us out? Wasn't that the thing that fucking what's-his-face from Fox News lost his mind? You two's gonna play it out. Fuck it! Hey, I understood what he was mad about. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button and stick the thumb up our asses, man. Give us 300 likes if you can. Leave comments down below. Share this video everywhere. Tell all your friends about it. Come back and rewatch it tomorrow. And follow me on Twitter so you can help me battle with all the assholes and the trolls on Twitter. My Twitter is @CorruptedPod. Right there. @CorruptedPod. Because I can't be on Twitter under Joe Cronin because I'm banned for life. Because YouTube hates me. I mean, Facebook hates me. And goodbye. I think you guys know all the rest. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can too. Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. Facebook. Facebook.com/Rage Internet Radio. I know that's weird. It's all in the description box below. All the shit is in the description box below. Expand your description. Hit the little down arrow underneath this video. Expand the description box. Look at all the links. And discover all the other Joe Cronin Show avenues that will make you wet. Make you jizz.
What hurts? Huh? Did your brother take some money from you again? Is that what hurts? We're still stuck with this PG horse shit. We still have to watch Sheamus try to go pick out a toy from the Toys R Us shelf and try to insert it into some little kid.
Before Magic Johnson gives you
Oh my god.
You can use it. I'm using it. Hey, I'm some random person over here. You can't use it. YouTube flagged. Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Put jelly on that bread. Put peanut butter on that bread. Smack another piece of bread on top of it. Oh! Take a big bite out of that bread. Then rip it up and spit it out and scream. Oh! I mean, is there anything Terry Funk won't do for money?
Hell, I won't do anything that's homosexual.
That's what you think.
Unless they're gonna pay me.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit crazy. The Undertaker's streak is over, the Ultimate Warrior's dead, and I haven't seen Vince McMahon on WWE TV in like 5 months. I'm ready to eat my own shit!
706, what's going on?
What?
What up, man?
What you think about the show, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, you hear me?
I'm doing all right, man. Cocaine.
Did you hang up on him?
Yeah, he hey man, you got to start spitting, man. You're on. Hashtag dog shit.
Let that be a lesson to anybody out there who wants to mess with me. Any podcaster, anybody, if you want to take a show.
said you wish that I would just go away, and you wish that the Tommy podcast would beat me. You can't wait for the day that happens, and you wish for it. Well, you are the type of guy who likes to wish, aren't you? See, you're the type of guy who walks by a wishing well, and your mother, she's dying of cancer. Slowly, the cancer is eating away at her body. And you walk past that wishing well and you stop for a second and you think, And you look down at all the coins in the wishing well. And you think, just maybe there's that one chance that if I make a wish, I can save my mother. So you stop by the wishing well and you reach in your pocket. And you pull out a penny. And you throw it in. And you make a wish that your mother will be okay. And you pray, and you pray. And all of a sudden your mother seems to start getting better. And you think it was because of the wishing well. But then a few weeks later, your mother, she dies! And it was all just a waste of time. Because wishes don't come true. And actions speak louder than words. And you can wish that I fail all you want. But in the end, when I rip your podcasting friend's head off live on my YouTube show every Monday night after Raw, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, you'll see what happens because wishes don't come true. And winners always triumph over wannabes. Raw in Mexico, the Bellas acceptance speech during the Slammy Awards was edited out by WWE because they're douchebags. You bring a sign they don't like, they take it away. You wear a shirt they don't like, flip that shit inside out. You want to boo the Bellas? We're going to edit it out to make them look so beautiful and wonderful. Oh, you're a bitch. I'm a bitch. You're a bitch. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. Oh, fuck that, WWE. Nothing pisses me off more than you forcing shit down our throats, Google Plus style. F that. By the way, speaking of the festive time of year, I was in CVS. If you walk in a pharmacy, you know what I mean? You're walking down the pharmacy and you come into that family planning aisle. You know what I mean? The family plan. There's like condoms, lubrication, vibrators, family planning. Am I the only one that walks through that aisle and just thinks, fucking? Like, why don't they just call it fuck? Welcome to the fuck aisle. Family planning my ass. Family planning. It's more like orgasm planning is what it should be called. Coming planning. How about I want to come orgasm planning. That's what it should be called. Anyway, WWE.
And Paul, if you step into the ring with me.
Oh my God, what has happened over the years? We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Monetize this Fridays at 11. Joe Cronin. Monetize this. Keep counting that Joe. Fridays at 11. Joe Cronin. Keep counting that cash, Joe. Yeah, let me stop by saying this. You mess with Joe, you might as well slit your wrist. I come and get ya, listen and you feel the picture. I bang hard, me and Joe will come and bang his sister. Who are these guys, all these bums in the chat? Yapping their mouth until their face get cracked. Tell this bitch beat him a lot to watch his fucking mouth before I come through and put his ass on the shelf. Shout out to my nigga Heist, everything precise. We puffin' blunts all day and every single night. Everything we do, always make the news. Damn, tell me what a brother really gotta do. Shout out to Foul Mouth, shout out to Jake too. They keep it real like a real motherfucker do. Hamish bitch, Anthony Brown, you keep at me dog, I'm putting you 6 feet down. Yeah, everybody loved Joe Cronin, but before the fame nobody ever noticed. Now he's on top, where he belongs, making shows almost every night.